It's time for Side Scrollers with me, Stuttering Craig. You decide when you lose, not other people. And Blabs.
I like pickles.
And co-hosted by our friends from around the internet. Today with Melonie Mac.
Makes your skin soft and...
And in this world of insanity, we are graciously supported by fans of common sense. And now, broadcasting from our homes, it's time for the #1 gaming and entertainment podcast on God's green earth. It's time for Side Scrollers.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Oh, welcome on out to Side Scrollers on YouTube.com and Rumble.com and SideScrollers.locals.com. What is going on, everybody? Hey, happy Friday to you. I'm Stuttering Craig. Good to see everybody. Hopefully you're having a great coast on into the weekend. And we have a great day. We got a lot going on. Lots to talk about with a great friend returning. But first and foremost, hi, Blabs.
I'm not his great friend returning. It's fine. But hi, Craig. How's it going?
No,
Happy Friday, everybody.
Hey, I'm just very happy that you're with us every single day, Blabs. You do a great job.
Thank you.
Every day I need to come up with some sort of explanation
Insult.
as to why Blabs is so great. She's so outstanding, everybody. Praise Blabs. Praise her. Praise her now.
Hi,
There
how
she
you doing?
is.
Ooh, woo.
Ooh, woo.
Ooh, woo.
Oh my God! Look, are you doing well?
I'm excited, guys. I don't know if you guys have been following my Twitter, but I built a whole cabinet right next to me by myself. And it looks amazing. And it's like the same color as my shirt. It's bright orange. And I'm going to fill it with a bunch of Wizarding Wheezy stuff. So specifically something in Harry Potter is going to be top tier. So.
Hey, you know,
I'm like, woohoo!
everybody loves cabinet talk.
Listen, some people get turned on by IKEA. What can I tell you?
You know, I'll tell you this. If you want high quality cabinetry making tweets, you follow Blabs over on X.
Wow.
Shut up. Hey, man, I did it by myself.
Hey, you built the IKEA?
It
shelf
wasn't
all by
IKEA,
yourself?
but honestly, I feel like it was harder than IKEA.
They didn't.
Because they were for the screwdriver, they didn't give you any room to put the screw in the hole because it was right next to the edge, so you couldn't turn it with the screwdriver. So I was like, yeah. I'm not retarded, I swear. Maybe a little bit. Shut up, Craig.
Clip that. Send it to me. Thank you very much. All right. Joining us today, it is Friday, and we are returned. We have returned. Joining us once again is our friend, master of the gamer word, Melonie Mac.
Holy shit!
Yay! Happy to be here. I missed y'all.
I know we missed you too. We're glad you're back.
I am freshly suspended off of Twitch again, so that's exciting. More or less the same stuff.
How long is it going to be?
2 weeks, but I imagine whenever they suspend me again after that, that'll probably be the perma ban.
Yeah, that's rough. What's your Twitch audience like? Do you actually have people tuning in?
Wasn't that many. I was getting like 250 concurrent on Twitch yesterday, I think. So like YouTube and Rumble does a lot better. I was just like, oh, why not just stream on Twitch until they ban me? I would love to stream on Kick, but I can't figure it out with StreamYard.
Yeah, there is like a little workaround that you have to have with Kick on StreamYard. And somebody told me how to do it, but yeah, we got it all squared away now.
I'll get it figured out one of these days, maybe for next week's stream.
Boomer.
Yeah, just use Restream and OBS. That's what I've been doing for like kicking YouTube at the same time.
Well,
I'll figure it out. Oh, yeah, okay. Restream OBS.
Yeah, Restream on OBS and you just do it. The only problem is I used to have a chat bot when I was doing on Twitch, and for some reason it just doesn't want to work with Restream. So it says I'm live and everything, but it won't work. So I'm like, a chat bot, are you there, man? I'll be like doing commands and silence. I'm like, okay.
Oh, wow.
Well,
So
that's
like, talking to myself.
That's a really good, talking about streaming to multiple places. That is a good reminder to let everybody know we are live over at rumble.com/sidescrollers. Join us over there if you like. If you love common sense, if you love freedom, if you like the ability to say whatever you want, Rumble is that platform. Why do we love Rumble, Blabs?
Because it grows organically.
That's right.
I feel like there's like a gun to my head every time you ask me that.
Why do we love Rumble, Blabs? We also have an X account, which you could have found out that Melonie was going to be on the show if you just followed us at x.com/sidescrollerpod. Follow us over there, as well as you can watch the show over on X as we are casting the net far and wide as that's growing over there, which has been really good. It's great to see us continue to grow over on X. We also have an Instagram account, don't we, Blabs?
We do, so follow us for memes and clips of the show. Otherwise, some sort of violence that Melonie will perform on you.
Okay, Melonie's going to...
Perhaps.
Look out.
Nothing more intimidating. Look out,
Yeah, man.
And I will call you a slur as I'm beating the crap out of you. In Minecraft.
We will make you walk on Lego bricks.
Oh, wow.
Yes.
That's torture right there.
A total side note, if I can just derail. I saw a video of these two guys playing one-on-one soccer on Lego bricks. Have you seen that video going around?
What?
No.
That's intense.
They're playing barefoot on Lego bricks. And it looked pretty painful.
That's some gladiator level stuff.
It's next level, man. It's tough. Speaking of gladiator level stuff, if you want to go into the arena, go over to kick.com/sidescrollers because that place is nuts as well. We have that over there. You can also listen to the show over on Apple Podcast. If you want to listen to us instead of staring at our stupid faces, you can do that over there and find us over at sidescrollers.locals.com. The best place to support us at sidescrollers.locals.com. It is free to become a member over there. Just past 1,400 members over there, which is great. But you can also support if you want to. If you want to, awesome. If you don't, that's cool too. But you get notified every single time we go live, which is the most important thing about it as Locals continues to grow, which is great. But if you just want to hang out over here on YouTube, that's totally fine. You can hit the subscribe button and join the 80,400 subscribers as we continue to grow every single day. Common sense in the video game space. What is this? It's crazy. 80,498. So if two of you are watching and you have not subscribed, hit that subscribe button and hit us, help us bring over that 80,500 mark, which would be great. Also, our goal of 800 likes, we're going to do it today. And of course, 25 memberships. Can we hit it today with Melonie Mack on the show?
Yes.
Let's
do this.
I'm hoping we sing a lot of songs today. We make an entire album out of the May 10th show, by the way. Hey,
all right.
Real quick, it's Mother's Day this weekend. Just a quick reminder for everybody. So make sure you guys go out there and take care of your mamas and your wives. It's an important day on Sunday. So make sure you let them know how much you love. It is a corporate holiday created by card companies, but it's important that you know and you let your wives and family know every single day how much you love them, which is great. Just a quick reminder there. Blabs, you going to do anything for your mama?
Yeah, but I'm also waiting for it to arrive in the mail. So my mom loves Disney pins, and so she really wants some new Bruno pins. So it's supposed to come hopefully by tomorrow, or else I'm in trouble.
You say Bruno?
Yeah, Bruno from Cinderella.
Oh, I thought we don't talk about Bruno from that other one.
No, the OG Bruno.
Which one's Bruno on Cinderella?
It's the dog.
Oh, okay, got it. That's right.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. So she loves
so
Disney
she's
dogs.
like a super Disney fan. She doesn't pick a mainstream
She loves the
character.
old Disney stuff. Like when Disney started doing all this bullshit, it broke her heart.
Aw.
My mom was from Italy, so when they didn't have all this Disney stuff, they had to wait years for these movies to be released and dubbed and everything. And even then, it was like a specialty. It was like a treat for you guys to see it when it would show up in the theaters, and then it would disappear for years. So my mom loved Disney as a kid, and they ruined it. So she just loves the old Disney dogs, like Lady and the Tramp, Dalmatians, Cinderella. Those are like the top tier stuff. And they do make beautiful pins. I have to say, Disney does make beautiful pins. So that's what I work on. Hi, Wicked. I see in the chat. I said Disney, and she shows up.
So you just spoiled it for your mom.
She doesn't watch, so it's okay.
Yeah, she does.
No, she doesn't. I tell her not to watch because then I say some bad words and she's like, "What did you say?"
I tell my parents don't watch my content.
My mom watches my YouTube channels and like that's it. The work stuff, she's like, "I'll let you curse."
Yeah, I tell her like, don't watch. Please don't watch. It makes me uncomfortable.
Exactly, it does. Like my dad will
Yeah.
watch stuff, and he'll watch like the full Aussie where the boys start saying all these bad words. He's like, oh, they said this stuff, and I was like, ee. So
I'll still, if I'm visiting them and checking their YouTube history to find a video or something, I'll still see some of my stuff there sometimes. So they're sneaky about it.
Wait, hold on. You're checking your parents' YouTube history?
Yeah,
He's like the obsessive daughter. Who are you looking at?
No, it's just like my nephew's over, my niece and nephew, and then they'll be like, "Oh, find that dinosaur video that we watched with them." So I go and yeah.
What if while you're like checking your YouTube history, just something wildly inappropriate shows up? What do you do? Like, how would you cross that bridge with your parents?
It depends on who watched it. If it was my mom watching it, I would just laugh with her about it. If it was my dad, I'd be like, Dad, why? But no, they're very wholesome. They don't watch none of that crap.
Sure. Yeah, they're obsessed like PewDiePie fans. Like your mom and dad. Gather around. Pewds released a new video today. Come on now.
The new Meat Canyon video.
All right. Well, look, we're gonna have a great day. Hey, it is very important to remind you guys that Mel, I don't know if you know this, but we have a new shirt this month, and it's all built around Blabs and Blabs the Tower Tard. Check it out.
Oh, I love it.
It's the Blabs the Tower Tard karaoke T-shirt, or you can pick it up. T-shirt and bucket hat.
Yeah, bucket hats.
You guys go pick them up.
Amazing.
Link down in the description. Pick up the Blabs the Tower Tard. Super happy, fun, spectacular karaoke side scrollers T-shirt. And the bucket hat, of course, because Blabs loves bucket hats.
I do. Bucket hats reign supreme. It's also because they fit my head better. Some of these hats, I can't wear them. They cover
Do you have
my
a big
ears.
head too?
I have a small head.
Oh.
It's too small for hats.
Oh,
like
well,
these
wait.
type of hats, I have trouble wearing them. They go over my ears and they can make me go like this.
I'll share some of my head because I have a gigantic head. I have to wear
Big head now.
large caps in men's size. Like my head is huge.
I have to wear children's hats.
Wow.
I still have my Disney hat from when I was 4, and it still fits me.
That is
I mean, granted, it was big then, and now it fits me now. But yeah, it's like a children's size hat.
Yeah, I figured out why I can't wear wigs and why they never look good on me is because they're too small for my. Yeah, I just.
What kind of head
do
do you got, Craig? Is you have a big head?
I have an average man size head.
Okay.
I have 2 snaps on my snapback, which is great. I'll tell you what, Blabs, in solidarity with you, next week, I will wear a bucket hat. I will change my hat. I will change my hat every day next week, including the bucket hat next week. We'll do.
Wait, you own a bucket hat?
No, but I'll find a bucket hat.
He's gonna steal his daughter's bucket hat. It's like a princess on it.
We'll do Bucket Hat Friday. Next Friday.
Oh, how fun.
Oh my God. Next Friday, we have John Graham and Extra Zero. It's going to be really funny. See, with bucket hats. I'll tell him in advance. If you're watching, by the way, hi, John. Wear a bucket hat next week.
Hey, by the way, John is in the process of making something really cool. He had me do some voice work for it. It's great stuff. So anyways, he'll be releasing that very, very soon in the next few weeks. excited to kind of see where that goes. So we got a lot going on today, and we're going to start right off as Andrew came in with a $50 super chat. Just spectacular. Mel, you know the drill. What color are we going? Oh, actually, I do need to dwindle it down a little bit. We are running low on colors here. Let's go with, we got orange. Okay, there we go. We have 4 colors to choose from because my wall is filling up. Yellow, purple, red, or orange.
Purple.
Purple it is. Sounds good. Andrew going on the wall. Blabs, read it all.
All right. Andrew says, hey, all. It's wonderful that you brought Melonie back on. Hope to see her more often on here later on. Heart emoji face.
Hi, Andrew.
Ooh.
Oh, my God. It's like this is the beast from like the underworld. Or like from under the sea.
Like it's coming. You can hear it from the distance.
Yeah.
You know what? I kind of think of like someone like from Stranger Things. Yeah. Instead of the clock chiming on Stranger Things, it's just Melonie going.
I love it.
By the way, Craig, did you see my lovely side scrollers tweet I made yesterday about you?
No.
What do you mean? You didn't see this? Well, I'm going to share this. It says, we are professional, and I thought it was beautiful. I'm going to play it for everybody.
I love it. Fantastic.
I was clipping a video, and I was like, I'm going to post this.
Perfect. Loved it. That is the perfect metaphor for side scrollers, which is great. Hey, also, CR Vox came in with 20 gifted memberships. That is spectacular. 20. If you guys got gifted a membership, make sure you say a thank you and consider saying ooh.
Crazy. That's like the tard ooh. Ooh.
It's like even deeper than tard. It's dark like deep tard. You can't get any lower than that, man. Are you a baritone singer?
Going deep. Did you say deep tard?
Yeah. It's deep tard over there.
Oh my God. Hey, thank you so much, CR Vox. If you guys got gifted a membership, make sure you say thanks and consider paying it forward. Golly, you guys are great today. Hey, by the way, Corey, who came in with massive support, who is a big fan of making sure people pay for their products. Thank you, Corey. Came in with the 2, says nothing gets me hot like assembling furniture. Let's go, Corey.
I just like my shelf behind me by myself without a man or a bear.
There you go.
Man.
He's like, nothing gets me harder than going to IKEA. I bet you he collects all the little tiny pencils that they give away in the giant rulers and keeps them all at home. He's like, these are fine.
It's ridiculous. Worthy One came in and says, hey, Mel, POD is making new music, touring again, and the lead singer, Sonny, is making a Youth of a Nation music school for kids of San Diego. That's interesting.
Oh, that's awesome.
That's neat. Youth of a Nation. Do you know POD, Blabs?
Should I?
Jay came in as a brand new member and 4 months. Look at that. Weird kind of thing. Says, had to cancel my membership for a bit, but happy to finally return. Have a great day, you guys. Sorry, Jake. I have a hard time reading things. Thank you, Jake. Yes. Appreciate your support. Matoka, Mountain Madman says, you guys ought to reach out to Guard Bro and have him on a day. You have Razor Fist on. Well, speaking of Razor Fist, and thank you so much, Matoka Mountain Madman. Speaking of Razor, we have done the impossible. You guys need to get it on your calendar. And we have booked 2 of the most crazy people. It's going to be a spectacular.
I didn't tell Razor Fist yet, though.
That's okay.
Okay.
They're both booked.
That's going to be wild.
Mark it on your calendar. Tuesday, May 21st. Razor Fist X Kirsha here on Saturday. It's going to be spectacular. So that
surprise, Razor Fist. I was going to tell you.
Ta-da.
That'll be a fun show.
Absolutely, it will. David says, anyone else think Melonie is turning into Shingo from Kim Possible? Shingo? Okay. Shingo.
Yeah, she's like the villain on Kim Possible. She's got like this green and black suit and she has long black hair. Apparently, I'm going to have to dress as her for Halloween because every time I wear green, they're like, Shigo?
Right. I don't know Kim Possible. Sorry. Didn't spend a whole lot of time in my so Boy Extra Zero says, wait, did Blabs confirm that the tower tart is constructed out of pressed board wooden dowels and forged with cheap Allen wrench? Happy Friday.
No. Metal. There's metal in there.
The tower tart is made of IKEA products.
I wish. I don't live by IKEA and they won't deliver. It's awful.
Oh.
Agent Corey says, hey, great to see you, Corey. Says, Blabs, would you drink Dr. Pepper with pickles in it?
No, I hate Dr. Pepper. There's a short of me drinking it on Geeks and Gamers clips or whatever it's called, and I stand by it. It's disgusting. It tastes like bubble gum or medicine in a bottle. It's an American thing. I get it. Everybody like, oh, sugarfoot diabetes. But no, I will not stand for it. It was shit.
What?
Yes, I said it. Get used to it.
Ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. All right. But also ridiculous.
Listen, I will say this. I do like Coca-Cola from the original glass bottle with like pure cane sugar in it. That stuff is amazing. Can't find it much anymore. Maybe in Mexico, but that's about it.
Mhm.
Don't talk bad about Dr. Pepper. Kratos El Greato
Did
came
already.
in with a $100
Kratos.
direct donation. Says, "Welcome back, Mel. Hopefully this doesn't land you back in jail. Let's start off strong with support for Tower Tard karaoke. Mel, could you please sing Back in Black in the angry Japanese samurai accent?"
Okay.
No, that's hard.
From ACD.
Okay.
We'll do all song requests at the end of the show. So, Kratos, thank you very much for that ridiculous, great support. Nissan came in with the $25 direct donation. Says, mild pushback on the COD topic from Thursday. Day and night first-party games is backbone of Xbox Game Pass and cannot be broken. Xbox has lowest margin of people on all platforms. COD makes most money from MTX lower barrier of entry, means more MTX. What is MTX? And bucket hats. Oh, and bucket hats are lame. Oh, microtransactions.
Oh.
COD makes most money from microtransactions, lower barrier of entry, means more microtransactions. And bucket hats are lame, Blabs. That's what Nissan said.
You
With the
can't
L
sit with
paper.
me.
Oh, God. Professor Savage Dad. Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, came in with the $5. Says, just a heads up, 99.999% of the Cloud super chat messages aren't him. He has never been a simp. MCU fan is the massive simp. People just joke on Cloud because he doesn't simp. He's a stand-up guy who is a big fan of the show. Happy birthday, Cloud. Oh, we know.
Oh, yeah, it is Cloud's birthday. Happy birthday. It like actually is.
Happy birthday, Cloud.
Let's go. Thank you very much for the heads up, Professor Savage Dad. Ministry of Dinosaurs came in, says, what should we do about the Xbox and Lucasfilms execs? What we should do to Xbox and Lucasfilm execs would be make Turok look like a petting zoo. Thank you, Ministry of Dinosaurs. We're going to get into all that nonsense in a little bit. Also, Blabs, good news. Death of Ghost came in and picked up the brand new Blabs karaoke bar staff t-shirt.
Yeah, thank you very much.
Says, for the Blabs, I will buy her shirt. Let's go.
Yeah. Thanks.
And Kratos once again came in with the massive support. Ecstasy of Thinking came in with the $10 direct donation. Says, for the Norm Macdonald special. He says, all right, this one may get a little spicy. Let's see. I got to make sure I read this the right way. I've been reading off Norm Macdonald jokes lately, Mel.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Let's see.
Well, while you read, you learn to read. Noodles over on Local sent a $5 tip that says, happy to have Melonie back today.
Thank you.
Let's go. Keep going with some of these super chats real quick while we.
Craig's learning to read. That's fine. For the Empress.
I hooked on phonics on the other tab right now. We're good.
For the Empress says, I'm painting my mom's ceiling and cooking dinner for her for Mother's Day. Way to
that's
go
so
for the
nice.
What a giga Chad. All right, let's see. I can do that one. Bob's a tower turd. It was nice to see a normal man or normal world. We're just normal men.
At the end of the day, that is true. We are just normal men.
We're just normal men.
What do you mean, normal men?
We're just innocent men.
Melanie's like, what the hell is even that?
Normal men.
BC says, why do they call it Gen Z? Last time I checked the alphabet, Z was the last one. Will they eradicate us at the end? Have your bullets and Bibles ready. Well, that's dark, isn't it? Thank you, BC.
Thanks, BC. Not wrong. All right, I got this from Ecstasy of Thinking real quick. And I got to do it from Norm Macdonald. You know, with Hitler, this is why I had to figure out a way to say this. You know, with Hitler, the more I learned about that guy, the more I don't care for him. He kind of sounds like a jerk. That's the Norm Macdonald. I just needed to find a way to say that the right way. With his
All right.
Oh my God. Raw 41 says, "Hey Craig, I need to ask. You think that Xbox can even change course at this point to get back to where they were during the 360 generation, or is it pretty much a lost cause now? Just move on?" Good question. I think that's in a situation like they're in right now, they have clearly changed course. I would say the Xbox 360 was a great gamer console. Like the Xbox 360 was peak Xbox. And I don't think that's nostalgia talking. There was a great combination of digital games and your traditional, release games, great AAA games. I mean, the 360 was a powerhouse back in the day, and it dominated over the PS3. Not over the Wii, because the Wii was its own beast. But I think that Xbox, I mean, through their actions, they've certainly shown that they are not necessarily interested in that because they are not focused on the core gamer. They're focusing on expanding out past that. Mel, you got anything on that?
Yeah, I mean, I think that the good old days of Xbox are long gone. Everything that seemed even remotely promising, like with Hi-Fi Rush and all that kind of stuff, focus more on these type of projects, and then boom, there goes that. I just don't have a lot of hope for the future of Xbox right now.
We're going to get into Xbox today in a major way. But before we do, Blabs wants to tell everybody all about the great games that came out today in gaming history.
I do, and I guarantee you everybody has played at least one game on the top 3 list today. So, May 10th, Minecraft was released 15 years ago today in 2009. Lego Pirates of the Caribbean was released 2011, and Uncharted 4 Thieves End back in 2016. Now, I guarantee at least one of you guys have played one of these games. For me,
I played 2.
Yeah, so I played Minecraft and Lego Pirates of the Caribbean. I'm assuming none of you played Lego Pirates of the Caribbean.
No, I played Minecraft and Uncharted 4. And I think Uncharted 4 is extremely overrated. Yeah, really? I don't think it's... This is my problem with Uncharted 4, is I feel like, okay, first of all, you had the first 3 Uncharted games, great. Then you had Tomb Raider swoop in and copy off of them with their rebooted stuff and just be an inferior copy of that. Then Uncharted 4 rolls out and copies off that. It's so weird. Now, I think gameplay-wise, it was superior to the rebooted Tomb Raider games, but then the whole story was just dumb to me. The whole, now Nathan Drake's mom was an archaeologist, and I was so checked out. Didn't like all the banter and the dialogue. I didn't like it. Lost Legacy, I liked better. I agree with chat there.
Craig, did you play any of those games?
Of course, yeah, I played both Uncharted 4 and Minecraft.
Well, listen, try Lego Pirates of the Caribbean. You'll thank me later.
Okay.
You sword fight up in the sails as Lego Jack Sparrow.
That's such a Blab game. I love it.
Yeah.
A quick reminder that Today in Gaming History is brought to you by our friends over at Zydax PCs. If you guys haven't yet, if you're in the market for a PC, definitely consider checking them out. They are a great product that is hand-built in Salt Lake City, Utah, with U.S.-only tech support. What's the advantage of buying a Zydax versus building your own? The most component failures happen when the system is first put together, and Zydax runs extensive quality checks before they ship out your system. That helps eliminate the need to go back for each manufacturer each time to get it replaced or fixed. Once again, hand-built in the U.S. tech support. It's awesome. And they have a lifetime warranty on parts and labor. So definitely check it out. If you're on the market for a PC, check out Zydax PCs. Thanks so much for your support. Awesome stuff. All right. Once again, we see all your super chats. We see your direct donations. We see your gifted memberships. We will read every single one of them before the show is over. But right now, it's time for my favorite segment, your favorite segment, everybody in the world's favorite segment. It's time for...
A dick.
I didn't know you swung that way. That's weird.
It's time for hard news. Hard news. All right. We have a lot of folks tuning in today over on X, which is great. So if you guys are watching, do us a favor, hit the re-X or repost or retweet or whatever, or like it. Help spread the word. This is great. Love that as we continue to grow on every single platform. All right, Blabs, you've been asking to talk about this all week, and that is the brand new trailer to the Twisters movie. Why?
I mean, I haven't been asking. I've just been throwing it back in the document in case you want to watch it, just because I think it's so silly. It's literally like twins. There's two tornadoes, and then they merge into one giant one in the trail, and you're like, oh my god, it's one big one. And I'm like,
That sounds
okay.
epic.
It looks so bad. They literally screw themselves down on a pickup truck with like a gardening screw, like a drill, as if that's gonna hold them down from being sucked away from a tornado.
What's attaching them to that drill? Like, what are they?
They're in a pickup truck. I feel like that will just get ripped right off.
They would rip it apart. I mean, tornadoes can eviscerate a brick into just powder.
It looks so stupid. Yeah. I'm like, what is this? Yeah. I feel like Craig's gonna love it.
You're damn right. I can't wait. I can't wait to see. I'm gonna go to the theater, rent it out, and go watch Twister. Follow it up with Twisters, and it's gonna be a double feature. It's gonna be great. I can't wait. Yeah, I don't know. That seems like it's honestly. Look, I don't see anything wrong with like campy, over the top, silly action movies like that.
I love them.
Oh, right. I bet you'll probably be really funny because it'll be so stupid.
I can't wait.
Yeah.
I can't wait.
I probably won't watch, to be honest with you, but
I can't imagine.
You have fun.
Yeah, I'm a big fan of turning off my brain when I go to movies. I don't want to have to think. I see it.
I feel like you should just say half that sentence and just leave it.
I do that every day we start the show. Just turn off my brain and just go, which is great.
I think you need to be able to turn off your brain sometimes to function as a normal human being. You can't sleep if you can't turn your brain off. That's the worst. When you're like physically so tired, but your brain will not shut up. It's like, shut down so I can sleep, please.
Just shut up, brain. I had one of those nights 2 nights ago. I was up till I laid down for bed around 10:30 and went to bed around 3:30. So because my brain started going, it's like, all right, so walk over, start to work. No, I won't be able to go to sleep until I just I'm able to get done what I need to get done. And guess all of a sudden it's 3:30.
That happened to me the night before last. I was trying to go to bed early at like 9:30 p.m. Well, all of a sudden I started thinking about zombies, and I wrote a whole zombie story in my head, imagined it, and then I looked at the clock and it was like 4 a.m. So yeah, that happened. I spent that long writing a zombie story, and I put it in my notes app. Maybe one day I'll do something with it.
I just love that you're like, I was trying to go to bed. Then I really started thinking about zombies. So I started writing the zombie story, and it's like
hours. I wrote a whole outline.
I'm gonna publish it soon.
Yeah, look out.
You should put that outline into ChatGPT and have it complete your entire story.
There we go. It can make the script for me. Okay.
Good. Yeah, great stuff. Great stuff. You know what's not great is we saw the announcement of Lord of the Rings, The Hunt for Gollum.
I think I'm one of the unpopular opinions that is staying cautiously optimistic about that.
Okay, listen.
No, I said that yesterday. To be
good.
Keep our head cool and calm. We'll see.
Yeah, I'm not on the upset about it train just yet, because I mean, you do have Peter Jackson, Andy Serkis. I love them. I think in a time where we're seeing a bunch of properties change beyond recognition, they might deliver something good, actually faithful to the source material. They clearly love Tolkien's work. Now, obviously, with this story, there's not much to go on. But in staying faithful to the Tolkien universe, I think it could be refreshing. We'll see.
Well, as pointed out by the chat yesterday, that there definitely is some source material to work with still, and from the books. And as a Lord of the Rings expert, as I've seen,
super fan here,
I've seen all 3 films in the last month. Thank you. Have you seen? Internet, have you seen all 3 Lord of the Rings films in the last month? No, I have.
This month, it got me.
I know, it's crazy. I'm just saying, throwing it out there. But
did you know that Viggo Mortensen broke his toe when he kicked that helmet, though? Did you know that?
Did you know he's afraid of helicopters, so he walked up the mountain?
Listen, I know all Lord of the Rings.
He's like, I know all the trivia.
No, I'll say this, though. What's interesting about that announcement, though, with Lord of the Rings, The Hunt for Gollum, is that there was actually a fan picture, a fan-made film of this from 15 years ago.
Oh.
Somebody made a fan film, an entire movie called The Hunt for Gollum. And it was an entire fan film that was made. And guess what happened after they announced Lord of the Rings, The Hunt for Gollum yesterday?
Uh-oh.
That's right. That's right, kiddos. They went in and Warner Brothers filed a copyright strike against a fan film of the same name, despite it being live on YouTube for 15 years.
That's sad.
I mean, Star Wars has done this too, to be fair. Any type of fan film movie or whatever it is that somehow gets monetized or whatever on YouTube, Disney and Lucasfilm go, nah.
I have mixed feelings on this. It's very sad. And fan works are great and it's fun, but at the same time, with them making this and with the same title and everything like that, that's what's going to show up in SEO when people search it. It's going to have all these views. Some people are going to associate it with the official project. I'm torn on it because it's sad to see fan works get taken down and stuff, but I think at the very least they could have requested that they change the title in the YouTube search, all that kind of stuff.
Or put a disclaimer saying
this
is fan made.
Or put fan film in brackets, something to make it very distinctly not official. That would have been the better approach.
Imagine if Warner Brothers was actually like, hey guys, look how cool this is. Like, go watch this, but it has no association to us whatsoever. That would have been like a Giga Chad, stellar play, but it didn't happen.
So this guy, a great response over here, says, can I copy your homework? Yeah, don't make it obvious. Here's the poster for the original film, the original fan film, and here's the new one. The trailer for The Hunt for Gollum is still live over on YouTube, and as a Lord of the Rings expert, it was fun to kind of see them kind of retake and these are, they have people who look like the original actors playing some of these. Look at the Great White Wizard here. That's
good. Gandalf the White. Oh man, you even have wow.
I think it looks pretty good.
It does look good.
Why does it remind me a little bit of Robin Williams from Jumanji?
Yes.
Okay. All right. Anyways, it's available, and I think it's kind of sorry. I think it's like super sorry of Warner Brothers to do that. Like, what are we doing here? It's been there for a decade and a half, and like they didn't use any footage from any. Well, maybe they did. Maybe they used some footage from the films with the orcs, but I don't know. I just think like it's been around for 15 years. I know it's just sorry. I guess that's just the best way to sorry. It's sorry. It's sorry. Sorry, sack of shits. Damn Warner Brothers. By the way, people have been asking. I mentioned this yesterday. Speaking of Warner Brothers, about buying ScrewAttack back. It's probably not going to happen. I'd give it the percentage of it dropping has dropped down. It was like 2% now. Then it was 1%. It's probably at like 0.01% at this point because the guy that I was working with to get it done, he's been fired.
Oh no!
So it's not a good thing.
Rip dreams.
Yes, yeah. So we'll, who knows? We'll see what happens. But that's just a good old tie-in back to our major corporation friends over there. I would like to point out, holy shit, I Am the Icarus came in with a $50 super chat. Let's go. Read it off, Blast. Read it off.
Okay. I Am the Icarus says, our frontman is of the opinion that PlayStation 3 360 era was the downfall of video games, and it's been downfall ever since. Almost everything people hate about games now was introduced that gen. He talks about in the last chapter of his book out Monday.
I agree. I actually agree with that. Now, while I still really, I had a PS3 and an Xbox 360, and I did really like I did really like some of the games there, but having gone back, and I bought a backwards compatible PS3 last month and was playing some of the older stuff, played Infamous, which was one of my favorite games back in the day. I was like, oh, this is great. But then as I was playing it now, hindsight 2020, I was like, wait a minute. this has a lot of elements to it that I don't like about modern gaming. The whole like, okay, the QTE type stuff, the very scripted set piece stuff, the character dialogue nonstop. I'm like, wait a minute, this. I think at the time it was fresh, it was different. It was like, oh, this is fun. But now it's like, okay, this is doing things that I don't like about modern games. But then if I play a PS2 era game, it's completely different. So I do think that the downfall of gaming did start with PS3, Xbox 360. I 1000% agree with that. Well said.
There are some banger games, though. There are some.
Yeah,
really
there
good
are.
games.
There's some good gems in there. But that's what started. That's what started a lot of the bad stuff we're seeing now.
Corey also came in with a $50 super chat. Good Lord. Blabs, read it off. Look at that.
Thank you, Corey. By the way, Corey, I still haven't seen any DMs from you or on Side Scroller's Twitter. So let me know if you have Twitter. I just can't see it in chat if you're saying yes or no. Corey says, a pitch was made to the Hobbits at Twin City Con last year to do a movie from Sam's perspective to include the cuts from Peter Jackson's trilogy, like Tom
Bombadil,
Scoring of the Shire, and The Hunt for Gollum. Looks like the fans were heard to me.
Interesting. Thanks, Corey. And a pitch. That's cool. All right. Well, thanks, Corey. Genuinely appreciate that. That is spectacular. Another Norm joke came in with the $10 direct donation. Let me see if I can read this off in the best way Norm possible. I just got back from New York. You ever been there? There was a big gay parade going on there when I was there, and I've never been to one of them. And I like a parade. Always liked a parade. So I go there, and it turns out it's just a bunch of gay guys.
Color me shocked.
Thanks, another Norm joke. Johnny the Butcher came in and says, Blabs, what if it's a tornado of pickles? I don't know.
Ooh, like, do you want me to like go in there or something? I don't understand the question.
Pickles are good.
I mean, yes.
Pickles are mid. Zelgear, also Blabs, check it out, has picked up the brand new Blabs karaoke hat. Says I probably Zelgear's honest about it. Says I probably won't wear this, but my niece will love it. Let's go.
Thank you. Awesome.
Hey, pick up a shirt, pick up a Blabs the Tower Tard bucket hat for your mom for Mother's Day. Let's go. Let's go. That's great. Once again, we'll continue with all Rumble rants and super chats as we continue on through the show. But let's move on to our next story here. And this has been kind of something that's, it's from a couple days ago, but I think it's worth mentioning before the week wraps up. And that is that Disney CEO Bob Iger, rather than going back and creating some new IPs, they said, nope. We're just going to dedicate ourselves to the sequels over original productions because they're known and it takes less in terms of marketing, which, he's saying what everybody thought, everybody thinks. And when you hear people say, well, Disney's just creatively bankrupt. Well, there you go. No, what's your thoughts on all this?
I mean, I think that's people act like, and people constantly say, oh, like the woke side, all that. Oh, conservatives can't be creative. Conservatives aren't artistic. It's all the woke side and things like that. And it's like, well, then why is it that people who are so far on the woke side, all of these that are so obsessed with putting in the message and being an activist over actually creating something, they can't create. They only focus on remakes, on sequels, and mostly they focus on changing what already existed. Not that I'm saying, oh, conservatives are all the creative geniuses. I think most people who create a lot of good works kind of keep them not political. It's like you think of some of our favorite things that they're pretty much not really political. But yeah, this is just very par for the course. There's been so much focus on the Disney side of things, on activism, inserting all of these new woke ideologies into everything. And so, yeah, they can't come up with something new or good that people are going to want to watch. So, let's just do sequels then, because we don't have actual creative bones in our bodies.
it's so much easier just to go with something that somebody already knows, right?
Yep.
I mean, that's really, I mean, like I said, they're telling us they're literally saying exactly what everybody knew, but they just didn't want to say. It's too hard to make something new. But here's the larger question, right? How do you get to a point to where you can make sequels off of an established IP? Well, you have to establish an IP, an original IP. So you have to take those risks before you can make sequels. Because while somebody can tolerate Inside Out 2, you know what they're probably not going to tolerate? Inside Out 4.
Exactly.
You know?
We've seen even how that went with Disney sequels in the past. They were always phoned in, always trash. Think Lady and the Tramp 2, Little Mermaid 2, all that sort of stuff. They're always very cheap, phoned in things that nobody really remembers.
And those sequels actually make these new sequels from Disney like 10 times better than they actually were. Like Lady and the Tramp 2 is kind of but in comparison to the sequels they're making now, it looks like a 10 on 10.
Right. That's how I felt watching Spider-Man 3 again, like last year or year before. I remember when it first came out, I was like, oh, this is trash. I hate it. But then after seeing all of the new Marvel stuff, I watched Spider-Man 3. I was like, this is pretty good.
This is phenomenal.
What's going on?
And you gotta wonder, because they're making Frozen 3, aren't they? You gotta wonder what that's gonna be like.
Oh, trash, I imagine.
You know, there's a lot of rumors about what else is going to be. You know, like there was that push of like Elsa's a lesbian. She's a, you know, and it's like what? Like, where did that come from? Why do people online feel the need to take characters and make their sexuality a part of their character? Like, that's the thing that's most fascinating about all of this is, you know, Elsa is a lesbian. Like, fuck off, idiot. Just let the 4 and 5 year old little girls who want to sing Let It Go watch it without having to think about how if she likes vagina.
I know. Stop making it about sex. Good grief. It's for children.
Well, the response to this, the idea that, hey, we're just going to keep making sequels over and over again, as our buddy Gary over there at Nerdrotics has come in and said, well, just a little laughing as the stock tanked to almost 10% after the announcement. 10%. Good. This did not do very well there. And as it continues, you know, I've talked about this on the show a couple times this week, but the idea that I'm like just over Disney, right? And Melonie, I've talked about how through all this, I've been like, oh, I don't want to go to Disney, but there's still like this tiny part in the back of my head that's like, I kind of like to go. Like, that tiny part has been wiped away, and I'm totally great with like not going to Disney again. And I know I'm not alone, as a poll shows Disney dislikes reaches dangerous levels. Consumer approval is crashing for Mickey Mouse thanks to that park place over there. So it continues. Look at this.
Oh my, what? Makeup Boy and the Proud Family. Oh my.
Oh, dude, I used to love the Proud Family when I was a kid. They were funny.
Love the original Proud Family.
Yeah.
Loved it. It's such a shame that they had to ruin this.
They made that. Look at her tummy sticking out. I'm assuming it's a girl. I don't even know anymore.
Wait, I think it's a dude with makeup.
It's an androgynous person.
Yeah, it's a they them with makeup.
Oh my god.
And short hair. Oh my.
I want to read this really quick. So 538 is a polling website which ranks pollsters according to their own rubrics, giving the Rasmussen reports a 0.3 rating for accuracy, which in which a negative number is considered excellent. This gives them an equal score with other reputable polling firms such as the University of New Hampshire, blah, 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 blah. And in Rasmussen's latest polling of Disney, the firm found that the Walt Disney Company had an astounding 40% of respondents rate it as an unfavorable company in your lifetime. Now, Blabs, you're still young.
Oh, thank you.
Your lifetime, did you ever think that Disney, 40% of people, would see it as an unfavorable company?
No, man. When I was growing up, like The Lion King, Aladdin, remember those 90s and early 2000s commercials where like it was like these little kids packing their suitcases and going to Disney World and Disneyland? Like, that was my childhood. And, it was just so great. And then to see it like all these years later, it's a punch in the gut. I would never have expected it.
So And here's the most fascinating thing about this is, however, that poll was taken in 2023. Today, as the Disney stock is hammered due to the crashing box office, that unfavorable Rasmussen has found that the favorability of Disney is actually increased to 45%.
Oh,
holy shit! That would be atrocious for a politician, but a company that is intended to generate content families feel safe for children is catastrophic. You might consider, for example, that if a fast food restaurant has even a 10% unfavorable rating, it would correlate to a significant decrease in sales. But for a company that is essentially a family entertainment corporation, having such a high unfavorability rating is monumentally more challenging to address. Wow, that is crazy and tells you everything you need to know about the state of Disney.
That's depressing.
What I don't understand is, like, once things started going bad and they started releasing a couple flops, you think it would have just taken 2, maybe 3 max before they're like, wait a minute, emergency meeting, let's fix this. But instead, they have just been hell-bent on running themselves into the ground. I don't know if they think that they can influence public opinion that much. Oh, we'll just keep doing this. We'll keep throwing this at them. And eventually, they're going to get on board. But it doesn't work like that.
Well, it's amazing to see. I mean, that's really the only thing you can say about it is, holy crap, when are they going to get the thumb out their butt and figure out that people aren't into this?
I remember hearing Gary say something years ago, how he was projecting that Disney would be the very, very last ones to turn around on all these decisions. And it's playing out like that. It's pretty sad and stupid.
So you got to look at Disney like a giant machine. Right, the big corporate machine. They may be the biggest corporate machine. And anytime, I think of like just a giant mech, right? And mechs, if you were in a giant mech, it would take a while to boot that thing up and for it to start moving slowly, right? And that's kind of what's happening in a situation like this, where it's like, even if they may know that they're going in the wrong direction, but it takes years to get anything done. And going back to like Warner Brothers, the previous story about Lord of the Rings and all that stuff, when I was at Rooster Teeth, and I spent 3 years doing that. I've told this story many times, but it's a great tiny little metaphor. Rooster Teeth was a blip on the radar at Warner Brothers Discovery. It was a line item. It didn't matter, right? In the grand scheme of things, it did not generate enough money to truly move the needle. But with that said, after ScrewAttack was acquired by Rooster Teeth, and ScrewAttack had the freedom to do whatever we want whenever we wanted. We want to do this? Okay, let's do it. In contrast to that, at Rooster Teeth, which once again was owned by this corporate entity, I had to get 7 signatures before anything could be signed off. 7 check marks.
Wow.
So if we wanted to make a T-shirt, if we wanted to do, have some sort of new initiative that would have been done instantly at ScrewAttack, it took 7 people to approve it before it could get done. It took, and I told this back when they said Rooster Teeth was going out of business. It took 6 months to get a shirt made. Wow. 6 freaking months. So, like, yes, if you think that Disney, which is exponentially larger than Rooster Teeth, is going to be able to make changes like that, no, you're wrong. Way wrong. If you've been in the belly of the beast and you've seen the belly of the beast, I'm telling you, it's bloated, it's gross, and it's very hard. So, but speaking of going back to the old well, there's that Bark Place follows up with another story as they're investing in a new Indiana Jones attraction over at the Animal Kingdom. So that's cool, I guess.
That's for you, Craig.
Is this for the new Indiana Jones? Do you get to go on, use a walker?
Wheel yourself in.
Yeah, or a wheelchair, and you just look at the animals and have women punch you in the face?
Oh, maybe it's a tie-in to the new Indiana Jones game.
Oh, yeah, that circle. Whatever.
The big circle.
The big circle.
The best title ever.
If you've ever been to Animal Kingdom over at Disney World, there was a area called Dino Land, which was like a place for kids, and they shut it down a couple of years ago. It had like fun little kid rides and a bunch of little carny games. Which, like, why do you have carnival games at Disney World? That's very like Six Flags to me. But
Yeah.
This new land's going to replace Dino Land, and it's going to have the Indiana Jones ride. I think what they're going to do is they're going to take like the old T-Rex ride and refurbish it to the Indiana Jones ride that's in California Adventure, I believe. So either way, it does nothing for me. It does nothing for me. I have no interest in going back there, despite being an Indiana Jones fan. I would say, despite being a fan of the first 3 Indiana Jones films.
Did
How's
you
that?
see the TV show, Craig? The Adventures of Young Indiana Jones.
So those are on Disney Plus.
Are they? I don't know.
I have a Disney Plus login. I do not pay for Disney Plus, but I have a Disney Plus login. People have said over and over again that's like a fun series to watch. So maybe I'll need to go back and watch this.
I've watched bits and pieces of it when my sister was like binging it once, and it was pretty decent. It continues like the characterization pretty well.
Right. All right. Let's. Mel, you got anything to close out the Disney talk?
Boo Disney.
Boo. All right. Let's move on to some serious video game news. As you've seen over the last week, it has been very tumultuous when it comes to, we've seen closings from the start of 2024 all the way through, and Xbox shuttered 4 companies this past week, which was pretty tough to see, but it is a response to the bad business that Xbox has had and the decisions that they made. Well, the Xbox president, Sarah Bond, was on Bloomberg for an interview the other day, and was asked about why Tango Gameworks, which is the developer for Hi-Fi Rush, was shut down. And it was really interesting to hear what she had to say. So let's go listen to what she had to say. Mel, have you seen this clip before?
I've seen it circulating, but I didn't watch it yet.
Okay, good. I'm looking forward to seeing your reaction to this. Here we go. Let's see what Sarah Bond has to say.
I think one of the things that was most upsetting both to Xbox gamers and to employees is that, one of the shuttered studios in particular just created a hit game, did really well on Game Pass in terms of engagement, and won a ton of awards. Shouldn't succeeding in that way ensure the future of a studio?
Okay. That's a question that's been asked a lot over the last few days. Like, you got a hit game. It's critically acclaimed. It won a lot of awards. It did well on Game Pass, but you still shut down the company. So
chat says they couldn't hear well. It's not loud enough for them.
Oh, at first it was, and he turned it up. I don't know if it's still.
Yeah, I tried. I tried to. Yeah. We'll play this through and see. It is pretty quiet. That's about as loud as it gets right here. So, but let's see what she has to say. So here we go.
One of the things I really love about the games industry is it's a creative art form, and it means that the situation and what success is for each game and studio is also really unique. Like, there's no one size fits all to it for us. And so we look at each studio, each game team, and we look at a whole variety of factors when we're faced with sort of making decisions and trade-offs like that. But it all comes back to our long-term commitment to the games we create, the devices we build, the services, and ensuring that we're setting ourselves up to be able to deliver on those promises.
Wow. That was really something. Shouldn't the metrics they look at be, hey, did this generate profit? And do people like it? Which was yes and yes. Wouldn't that be the more important things to look at?
So keeping in mind that this is the president of Xbox, and she just gave about a minute-long response that was, in my estimation, I think anybody who's heard that, was a bunch of word salad nonsense.
Yeah.
Like, she didn't answer it at all. And as our buddy Destin from IGN says, while Bond probably isn't the one to answer this question, the response was word salad. 100%. And what's funny is, as this was pointed out, says you were not ready for the shot at 49 seconds. if you pay attention to what she's talking about here, let's look at what happens at 49 seconds. If you're not paying attention, it gets glossed over. Okay, so here's the time code. We're at 28 seconds. Pay attention here.
That the situation and what success is for each game and studio is also really unique. Like there's no one size fits all to it for us. And so we look at each studio, each game team, and we look at a whole variety of factors when
Okay, so she's like, we look at all these factors, blah, 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 blah. Here we go.
we're faced with sort of making decisions and trade-offs.
So the cut had Microsoft Xbox year over year and the data associated with it, which is, it's just like kind of a funny cut to see, their decision making. So big ups on the producer for making that cut right there. Funny stuff. With that said, there's more to this interview. That's the clip that's going around. Mm-hmm. And I went back and I watched this interview before the show today to kind of see what was being said. And I think that the first couple minutes of this, I think, really tells a big story about the video game industry right now. It says a lot about where we're at and where Xbox is heading. So I'd like to watch just the first couple minutes of this with you guys, and tell me if you guys pick up a theme as we go along here. Okay, here we go. I'll make sure the volume's up here.
Sarah, thank you so much for joining us today. So I want to start talking about the industry in general. You and Microsoft Games CEO Phil Spencer have been raising kind of the alarm that the video game industry is just not growing, and there's a real need to figure out how to reverse that. What's causing the issue, and how does Xbox turn it around?
Okay. The video game industry is not growing. How will you fix that? Okay. What are you going to do to fix and get back to growth?
Yeah, the last year or so in video games, largely the industry's been flat. And even in 2023, we saw just some tremendous releases, tremendously groundbreaking games, but still the growth didn't follow all of that.
So how do you solve it? How do you solve it? You've made great games, so here it comes.
It's, a lot of that's related to our need to bring new players in, make gaming more accessible. But
there it is, right there. we got to bring in new players, make it more accessible. And
let's cater to the non-gamers they keep doing. And here's one thing I keep saying is, can we stop having these games with $100, $200, $300 million budgets? Can we just let video games be video games and stop trying to have all these bells and whistles, all this super expensive mocap and these very expensive cutscenes, and to have everything just mostly centered and focused around that? Because that's not appealing to most actual gamers. Look at something like the Tomb Raider remasters that just came out not long ago. Those have small budgets. They have been performing extremely well. And so when people look at the data and see, but the Tomb Raider trilogy that had $100 million budgets each, those sold more units, or they may have moved more units, but they barely struggled to break even. And then you have something like these remasters, which were far less expensive to make. They're fun games that are actual video games, and they are selling like hotcakes, generating way more profit.
Well, you bring up some really great points, Mel, and she actually goes into these massive bloated budgets here. So let's go to hear what she has to say as she goes into that. So once again, we're at let's make it more accessible. Okay, let's bring in new gamers. Continue.
All of that has been happening at the same time that the cost associated with making these beautiful AAA blockbuster games is going up, and the time it takes to make them is going up. And so much of our focus as Xbox is about how we do things to help the industry all up, while also ensuring that our brand, everything that we do is there through this moment of transition.
Related.
Once again, just a bunch of gobbledygook word nonsense here. I mean, to be at this level of corporate, like to be a president of a major corporation, a major brand inside of a major corporation, you have to be able to speak nonsense. There's so much like blah, 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 blah. I'll say this: you nailed this as far as the bloat, right? The video game industry right now has tremendous bloat.
Yeah.
I have a solution, and this is going to sound really, really mean, really mean. They need to Elon Musk the video game industry.
I agree.
80% of the people in the video game industry should be fired.
Yep.
Probably. I'm and not because they're not good at their job, right? Because there's just too much. I think that the reason why you have $100, $2 million, $300 million budgets, which will continue to expand, by the way, are because your teams are so large.
Yep.
They're so massive. And we've talked about this many, many times. If you give me a chance to make a $100 million game, or you give me a $100 million budget, you know what I'm going to do with that? I'm not making one game. I'm making 20 games. I'm making $25 million games. And they're going to be fucking awesome with small teams that allow them to be creative and go crazy. And that's the big issue, is that these companies, going back to IPs, they have put their flag in the ground. They say, this is what we're going to build around. And then they get so laser focused on that.
Yep. Yeah, and when you have these gigantic budgets like that, you have to move so many units to make a profit that you have to reach as many people as possible. And so then your actual core gamers aren't getting what they want, because what you've done is you've taken something intricate like chess, let's say games that have substance, like comparing to like board games, for example, chess or Risk or something like that, and you're just, oh, we need to make everybody like this, so we're making Uno. And it's like, okay, a lot of people like Uno, but you're missing out on something so much deeper. And that's how it feels like being a gamer, where it's like, we used to have games that were equivalent to like Risk or something like that. Very intense, very dynamic. But now so many mainstream games are just beautiful looking Uno games.
You know, Darth Vader came in and says Elon Musk already destroyed Twitter. Has he destroyed Twitter, or has he made it a product that you don't necessarily like, right? Because
I mean, there is more bots now than ever was before.
That's fine.
The bots are ridiculous, but
this is
other
true.
than that, I do
There's
like
pros and
Twitter
cons.
better.
Right. Now, with that said, though, you can't argue with me that Twitter still doesn't run efficiently, right? It still feels the same, whether it's bots or not. And they let go of that 80%. And I think that, let's say it's just 50%, right? If you were to go down, and we've seen a tremendous cut. 10,000 people have lost their job in the video game industry in 2024. That's incredibly sad. But it may be necessary. It may be necessary. And I'm not up for like shuttering entire studios. I think that's a bad decision. But maybe they just get rid of the bloat instead of entire studios. You know what I mean? So it's amazing. And someone's going to have to come in and do that. Someone's going to have to be the bad guy. And that's, you know, you kind of got to burn it to the ground, because these $102 million budgets for these games, guess what? In a decade from now, they're going to be $400-500 million budgets.
Yep.
It's going to be that much harder to do. And if a studio comes in with any sort of budget and attacks games from a efficiency standpoint and says, hey, you know, we're going to spend $5 million on 20 games over the next, 3 years and release just really great smaller games. And it's crazy to think like $5 million is a smaller game,
Right.
But it is in today's industry. And think about how much could be done, with a team of 15, like a 15-person team, really small, compact, working off their creativity, not answering to some sort of corporate overlord who's telling them what they should and shouldn't do, and let people be themselves when it comes to making these games. That's exciting to me. That's really exciting So
And instead of having to do these interviews with all this word salad and PR speak to try to make things look good, the way that they could justify some of these approaches that you've suggested, for example, would be, hey, it's sad to see people go. We don't want people to be out of jobs, but we have to put our focus on the gamers now, core gamers. And in order to do that, we can't reach absolutely every person. We can't appeal to absolutely everyone in the mainstream. We want to put our focus on the actual gamers again. I think that would make some waves and be a positive thing for people who are actually going to want to buy your products.
it is a mess that I do not think that Sarah Bond at Microsoft and Xbox is capable of cleaning up. And but hey, she's a black woman.
They got the DEI points.
Her. Let's go. Colt Eastwood put it really great when it comes to the response. He said this should have been her response to that question. Says, we're trying to build up a strong gaming platform, and our hearts go out to the people that lost their jobs creating games for our fans. The industry is in a difficult situation, and we at Xbox need to do better. That should have been a response. That's it.
A lot better.
Instead of gobbledygook. Blah, 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 blah. So,
Yep.
by the way, we have between YouTube, X, Rumble, and everywhere else we're at, we have over 4,500 people watching us right now. Whatever platform you're on, we greatly appreciate it. Thank you guys very much. Hit the retweet button if you're watching us over on X. Hit the thumbs up button if you guys are watching us over on YouTube. We continue to grow every day, and we love to be growing with you guys. Hey, Mel.
Yes?
Do you like Tomb Raider?
A little bit.
I want to go to a tweet that you had and kind of let you expand on this a little bit.
Okay.
This is a tweet coming from Melonie Mack. I'll let you read it in your voice.
Okay, she's totally the same character. It's just a graphics update. You're making this up in your head. Why do you care? I'm glad they changed her. The old version is problematic. She's better now.
Old version of Lara Croft.
Yes.
New version of Lara Croft. Right there. Look at that.
Same robot speak from a people that say the same things over and over. First, they gaslight you and make you think, wait, it's all in your head. That's the same person. With anybody with eyes can see that's not the case. And then they say, oh, you're just over exaggerating. We're not. And then, actually, I'm glad they changed it. It always moving the goalpost constantly, gaslighting people who are fans of these things. And I'm sick of it.
Well, good news, though, is that there's going to be a limited edition physical release of Tomb Raider Remastered, Mel. But it doesn't look like we're going to be picking that one up either.
No, I will not be because of this. Here's a company that can release physical editions of these, especially considering that the digital editions of the remasters have been selling very well. So there's no reason why they can't just release them physically on their own. But instead, they're going to have limited run games release the physical editions. And on my tweet here, as I've illustrated, you see this wildebeest in a wig, like what, year and a half ago? Reached out to limited run games to complain that Carolyn had been following conservative accounts. So Carolyn was their community manager. So because she was following libs of TikTok and some conservative accounts, I can't believe you have someone like this working for your company, and they fired her. So I refuse to support anything limited run games is doing. And in this case, I would adore physical copies of the Tomb Raider remasters, but I will not be buying them from limited run games. I'm not supporting them, even beyond the fact that they've just had some shady practices in general and are pretty cheap, putting things on like CD or something like that. That's also come out recently. Cheap disc that they're using. I'm not supporting that.
Well, Kara obviously has landed in a much better situation, and
For sure.
if anybody would like to go support Purple Tinker over at the founder of BronyCon, I'm sure you can. And you nailed it. A wildebeest in a wig.
Yep.
Like
That is accurate.
All right.
I love how nobody actually uses the word wildebeest anymore
I
to
know.
describe people. Let's bring that back. I
We
like
should.
it.
We should. And that's the thing. And that shows how backwards these companies are because they want to pretend like, oh, yeah, we love women. They fired a woman because of what this wildebeest had to say.
Oof.
Yeah.
Oof. Oh, we got a little breaking news here. This is I don't know if this is worth talking about, Blabs, you think, before we get to Clown World?
I mean, it's a really quick hit. Basically, EA Games is looking to put in game ads into AAA games.
There we go.
EA Games challenged at everything. Same.
Wow. Buy a $70 game and then watch commercials while you play it. Or look at little ad things on the side of the screen. Interesting.
While you're loading in, you get a 30-second ad for the popcorn machine. I don't know, for whatever. Well, I'm sure we'll get more information about that. And of course they're considering it. Why would they not consider it? Of course, because it's EA.
It's EA, yeah.
You didn't just buy a product. You must be forced into other things. They need more lines of revenue. More lines of revenue. More buckets. More buckets of revenue.
I bet you Hawaii says hello to them still anyway, so it's fine. With the
Hawaii?
Whole EA.
What is
the whole EA Battlefront 2 scandal with the loot boxes and all that. Hawaii.
I don't remember that. What was that? What was going on? No, fill me in. What? Don't just say that. And what happened?
Oh, well, Hawaii went up on the EA because it was kind of illegal. Yeah.
Okay. I'll need to learn more about that later.
There's some sort of loot box laws in certain regions where it's like same as like gambling laws, for example. Yeah.
Okay. Well, I'll learn more about that later on. All right. Once again, we appreciate all your support, guys. I see the direct donations. We see the merchandise purchase. We see the Rumble rants. We see all the super chats. Hey, guys, thank you. We'll read every single one of those very shortly. But before we do, it's Friday, which means it's time to go to Clown World.
Clown. Clown.
It's Friday, which means it's time for Clown World. Here we are. Everybody loves Star Wars. And Luke Skywalker himself made his way to the White House. Luke Skywalker, Mark Hamill, was there and delivered what might be one of the cringiest lines possibly ever uttered in history. Mel, did you see this?
I did not.
No, we'll be ready. Okay, here we are.
Oh my.
At the press event, here is Mark Hamill.
Well, I called him Mr. President. He said, "You can call me Joe." And I said, "Can I call you Joe B1 Kenobi?" Well,
I actually feel bad for him. If you watch like the full press conference thing, his hands are shaking. I've known that's been happening for years now, so he's got some type of issues. But I feel like he's just losing his marbles. He actually is. It's so sad. There's like two geriatric men simping for each other. Oh my god, it's Luke Skywalker. Oh my god, it's Obi-Wan Kenobi. It's like, ugh, you guys lost your brain cells.
I think Joe Palpatine. Yeah. That's
Palpatine.
Palpatine. Joe Palpatine. I can't put those words together for some reason.
It's sad. Pathetic too. Don't get me wrong. It's very pathetic. It's just pure propaganda at this point too. But like,
yeah.
I think he ran with that a couple times over the next few days, and it's a joke. I think they do like a video as well where he was like, "I'll be voting for Joby or for Joby-Wan Kenobi."
Yeah, and he puts on his Twitter timeline saying Joe Biden is the best president we ever had, and then he's like, "Joe Biden gave me his sunglasses. You guys have amazing merch here." Ooh, and I'm like, He probably wears those so you can't see his cataract.
Well,
Anyway.
Joby-Wan Kenobi. All right, as we move from one continent to another, which might as well be here in clown world, let's go to the most ungrateful bitch in history. I'm sure you saw this video being passed around, but here we go. Let's take a look at this. They, them.
Am I the only one whose narcissistic parent would show up to every single event I was ever involved in? This is one of those weird ones where I always felt like speaking about this behavior negatively could be perceived in the wrong way. Like my parent was just being supportive, and how lucky was I to have a parent who always showed up. Boo,
Yep.
boo, boo. But did you also feel like sometimes it was a bit excessive, especially if it was a bit more of a repetitive thing where maybe I was doing the same thing on multiple days in a row? Like, you do not have to attend every one. And what makes
You guys say people saying that the volume's low. This is like as loud as I get. You guys can see. Apparently, there's like an audio booster or something. Maybe I need to find that requirement on I don't know. But
This is giving Colin Kaepernick energy.
Yeah, that's a good example.
Oh no, I was adopted by great
Right.
parents, but they're white.
Right.
Yeah. Let's go to continue here, and while we talk about this and go off on this idiot, we'll I'll search for the audio booster here.
one. And what makes this lean more towards the negative, in my opinion, in terms of behavior, is that if I ever didn't want them to show up to every single showing of something, that was considered to be disrespectful. It was very much that taking me out of school for lunch, sort of picking me up and dropping me off everywhere I went energy, where on the surface, it seems very convenient, very thoughtful even, but it's a pattern of controlling behavior, I think, for narcissistic parents that prevented me from practicing independence and developing relationships outside of my immediate family.
Oh my goodness. No self-awareness. Calling her parents narcissistic for supporting her and not realizing that she's the one that's looking like the narcissist here.
You know what she reminds me of? I feel like her future is going to be something along the lines of Alyssa Mercante. Like she's giving that kind of energy where everyone's the piece of shit and she's the angel.
I could see that.
But also this little shit, I was saying this on Twitter the other day, this little shit is just an androgynous piece of shit who's just been brainwashed into thinking these ways, and that is the future. And it's sad.
What it sounds like to me is that she was wanting to either interact with people that her parents wouldn't approve of or do things that her parents wouldn't approve of. And that's her problem, because otherwise, why do you care if your parents are there? You know, maybe, and judging by the fact that she seems to be very brainwashed by this they, them androgynous ideology, it just sounds like, oh, I wanted to do things I wouldn't want my parents to see.
Well, maybe don't do it.
Yeah.
Does she win the award for most ungrateful child in history? I mean,
she has to compete with Colin, but
yeah, she's competing with Colin Kaepernick. It's neck and neck.
Real quick, I downloaded the extension, and I want to make sure this works for everybody. Chat, please let me know.
It's gonna like blow our eardrums now.
Yeah, we'll see. Here we go. I downloaded it. Just let me know if this is a little bit louder here.
Am I the only one whose narcissistic parent would show up to every single event I
Is it
was
louder?
ever involved
Sounds
in?
the same
Sounds
to me.
same.
This is one of those weird ones where I always felt like speaking about this.
All right. Well, either way, I downloaded it. I'm figuring it out.
He's researching.
Get her off the screen. She looks like she wants to write a hit piece about me.
Exactly.
Oh my God. Well, if you win, congratulations, lady. You're the worst. Like literally, you're the worst. Also the worst, and probably the dumbest shit I've ever seen in my life. And honestly, incredibly insulting. Incredibly insulting as a former member of the Boy Scouts of America, as they are no longer the Boy Scouts of America. As they announced that they'll be rebranding to Scouting America, reflecting the organization's ongoing commitment to welcoming every youth and family in America to experience the benefits of scouting. Now, you may be asking yourself, hey, aren't you the Boy Scouts? No, they're not, because they want to accept girls. But here's the problem. As my brother over on X posted and quickly got blocked for posting this here in response from the Boy Scouts handbook in 1911, from 1911, way back in the day. But as put in here, it talks about this and actually goes into pretty good in depth here. And tell me this is not interesting to see. They talk about in this passage, without going through every single word of it. They talk about how it says it is the last thing. Last thing is turning in so many thoughtful ones against baseball, football. This, it will be seen, is a reproduction of the condition that ended the fall of Rome. And it talks about how I said, once again, this is from 1911, so this is 100 years ago. It says every American boy 100 years ago lived either on a farm or in such close touch with farm life that he reaped its benefits. He had all the practical knowledge that comes from the country surroundings. That is, he could ride, shoot, skate, swim, run. He was handy with tools. He knew the woods. He was physically strong, self-reliant, resourceful, well-developed in body and brain. In addition to which, he had good moral training at home. He was respectful to his superiors, obedient to his parents, and altogether the best material of which a nation could be made. We have lived to see an unfortunate change. This is from 100 years ago.
Wow.
100 years ago. And my brother shared this, and he talks about this. And he goes back here to kind of further this along. Says, in her days of growth, talking about Rome here, it says the condition that ended the fall of Rome. In her early days of growth, every man was a soldier. In the end, a few great gladiators were in the arena, to which to be watched and applauded by the millions who personally knew nothing at all of fighting or heroism. Degeneracy is the word. This is from 100 years ago.
Wow, little did they know just how much worse it was going to get.
It's crazy. And my brother shared that in response, and he got blocked by the Boy Scouts of America.
Because of course. I just don't understand what their angle is with this and how they think they're going to be successful with this. I think a bigger audience to try to market to when it comes to the Boy Scouts is look at single moms who are raising boys and who their boys need a good male influence in their life. I think that would be a much better angle of, hey, we want to help. We have some equipped, very good male role models here in the Boy Scouts. We want to help teach your boys how to be men. I feel like that would be a much better, or that'd be a lot more appealing for someone to want to enroll their son into, instead of, oh, we're the them scouts now.
Right. And the reason why they made this change is that the enrollment of Boy Scouts is at a historical low, right? And you wonder why, right? You say, well what happened was
predators.
There's a big part of that, right?
Yeah.
And I don't see many Boy Scout clubs taking place in California, San Francisco, New York, Chicago, right? But the things that are said in that resonate today. You know, there's a skill set that has been lost, that has just totally been lost over the last 100, 150 years. The idea that in 1911, they're saying, hey, 100 years ago, boys could do all these things, and today they can't. If I went to a high school today and I said, hey, tie this rope, or hey, it's something as simple as hammer this nail into this wood, how do you think that would go? Pretty horribly.
Yeah.
And that's like the origin story of the Boy Scouts. And here we are. Here we are, man. Well, I guess now Scouts America. So there we are. It's really sad to see as a father, because as a father of, and here's the thing, as a father of two girls, it's upsetting to me, because the Boy Scouts provided great skills to young men who my daughters will eventually date.
Right.
And that's the trickle down effect. My girls don't want to be in Boy Scouts.
Right.
They don't have interest in that stuff. It's a mess. It's a mess. And as pointed out here by Frank over on X, says the Boy Scouts of America were forced to accept girls, but the Girl Scouts of America weren't forced to accept boys. It's not about equality. It's about the left wanting to destroy male and white spaces because the left views these groups as their enemy.
That's true. But now with the girls side of things, though, you do have to worry about these boys identifying as girls now. So we're seeing in women's sports and stuff. So I think this is just all around, all of this gender ideology has really messed things up across the board. And it makes the Boy Scouts and Girl Scouts not, you can't have that adapt to this new crazy gender ideology. It won't work. You have to separate yourself as something completely different and not allow those ideologies to insert their way into the Scouts, or they're relevant. It's too many problems. Shut it down. Just shut it all down then.
Well, they're on the way. I mean, Scouting America will be dead sooner than later, for sure. And that's the saddest thing about it, is they had such a strong legacy, and it's just been a gradual and slow decline. Hey, speaking of gender, Blab saw this, and Blabs, I don't know why you were searching for this on Amazon, which may be a bigger question. Why Blabs was searching for "There are more than two genders" T-shirt. Yet
I have a reasoning to this.
Okay, but the irony here, Blabs, is
there's only two genders of clothing you can pick from, either men's cut or women's cut.
Which is awesome. It's like, what fucking clown world are we in? It's nuts.
There are more than two genders, but please pick only these two.
Right.
My reasoning, by the way, was that I saw someone post about this on Facebook in like some Facebook group or whatever. I was like, no freaking way. And so I literally typed in "there are more than two genders" on Amazon. And I picked a different shirt than what was on that meme. And I was like, this can't be real. And it's true. There's only two genders you can pick from. Amazing. Weird.
There you go.
So it's not like I'm going to go buy a "more than two genders" t-shirt. I'm not going to shave my head and get some piercings and all that stuff and be like, I'm androgynous.
All right. We got time for one more before we get to all the support today. Thank you guys very much. All your super chats, direct donations, Rumble rants will all be read in just momentarily. If you guys have something to say about it, that's a great way to do it and a great way to support the show. Mel, we have time for one more story. Would you like to talk climate change or Space Jam?
Space Jam.
All righty. Well, you picked wrong.
Oh no.
Okay, so there's these streamers over on Kick, and the whole idea behind them is they go in and they run these raids and they stream them. They stream these raids where they find these kid lovers and where they find them and they confront them. And one of them recently was when they caught the 1996 Space Jam producer and writer Herschel Weingrod trying to meet up with a minor.
Oh,
now this is 3 minutes and 11 seconds long. Would you care to watch this?
Let's go.
Okay, here we are.
Your name?
So here's Herschel here, and here's the minor.
Oh my goodness. Oh.
Oh fuck. What's your name? Who are you? What's your name? Who are you? Why are you suing my fucking daughter? What's your name?
So this is his kid. In on the sting.
What is your name?
Boris. My name is Boris.
Boris. What's your name? Shake my hand.
What's the problem?
Why are you suing my daughter? You know how old she is?
I have no idea.
You have no idea.
I have no idea.
You have no idea.
No.
The fuck you thought was gonna happen here?
Nothing. We're gonna have a pizza. I don't know.
Pizza? Yeah, you don't know. How old is she? Red.
You
know how old she is?
I messed with her. She was 23.
23. Is that what the conversation looked like?
You want the text messages? She was 23 on a
23.
dating site. On
a dating site.
Yes.
Yeah?
Yeah, she was 23 on
How old is she?
Site. I have no idea.
Lila, how old are you?
15.
I'm sorry. She was 23 on a dating site. All we've done is
So
talk.
she didn't tell you how old she was?
She did.
She did?
Yeah.
How old is she?
She said she was 15.
How did she tell you how old she actually is?
She said she's 15.
She said she's 15. Why are you here? Why are you sitting here?
I'm just
Mel, your jaws dropped like that.
Oh my goodness. It's and after seeing all of that Nickelodeon stuff too, it's just so rampant in this mainstream Hollywood industry that these creatives and these producers and all that who are reaching children and making content for children. It's just mind-boggling that this is such a rampant problem with all that. But man, that's messed up.
It continues for another couple minutes, but a minute's really all you need to see. He tries to leave, he tries to escape. They follow him because they can't touch him, right? You can't like assault them. But their game is intimidation. Get up and call people out, have them piss their pants, and make them look like idiots. And more than anything, put a spotlight on them.
Yeah.
But I mean,
that just ruined Space Jam for me.
Right. I'll never look at Space Jam again.
No.
You know, it's tough, man. And here we are. That's what we're at now. So, you know, hey, listen, some people say it's like that stuff's fake. I don't know. It looked pretty real to me. At least the guy's response.
Yeah, why would the guy want to be a part of that if it was fake?
Right. Yeah, right. Why would they be like, hey,
why would they sign up for that?
I'm a 75-year-old man, but I really want to be exposed as a child predator. You know, that doesn't make any sense.
Yeah.
So I don't see how that's fake at all, especially given the guy's response. It seemed very, very natural. And, you know, anybody with a little bit of fact checking could find out if that guy is real. It goes back to like, if you are, if even if you do think the girl's 23, right? And you go up and she tells you, well, actually, I'm 15. Aren't you like, well, see ya? You know,
Yeah.
I mean, reject that shit to half court. That is insane to think. And people like that are all through freaking Hollywood, through entertainment. And man, if that guy walks up to me, that guy that is pretty buff, pretty ripped, and I know that I like just dealing with his daughter right there. I'm sure he was amped up a little bit further. You know, the idea that his daughter was part of the sting, but I don't know if I could not put my fist through that guy's face in that situation. You know, so for that, the guy's better than me for sure. For sure. So I'll just take a deep breath. Blabs, you got anything on child predators in Hollywood?
Lock them up. But actually, no, then the taxpayers have to pay for it all. So I don't know. I think something darker, but I won't say it out loud.
Yeah.
Anyway.
We can always do it in Minecraft. Mel, you got anything on that?
Wood chipper in Minecraft.
Ridiculous. All right. And now I'm glad to take our spaceship and just get right off of Clown World.
Clown.
All right, we have landed back on Earth, which might as well be Clown World, but here we go. Hey, look at this. Snapple Rai came in with a $100 super chat. Blabs, read it off from Snapple Rai.
Right.
Thank you so much.
He says, yo, side scrollers, got a request from Mel today. Can you sing Numb by Linkin Park in your thickest German accent?
All right.
I need that middle school nostalgia. Somehow German accents. Also, Mel, when are you going to post your next guitar cover? Would love to see your progress in your playing.
Thank you. I need to do another cover soon. We'll see. But I definitely got you on the Numb cover right now.
All right. Sounds good. We'll get to that in just a second. We have songs to sing today. And by
Yep.
the way, if you guys want Melonie singing or Blab singing or me singing, today's a great day to do it as we finish up the week. We don't know when Mel's going to be on again, so hey, let's make an album today. Winterfell came in with the $49.99 Super Chat. Blabs, read it off.
All right, the Boy Scouts went away at the Catholic Church and got ruined for it. Bad people got out in charge and bad things happened. This is a total shame. A lot of people are to blame who will never be named. My old uniform was probably a collector's item. Maybe.
You know what's really weird now that I think about it? You know one of the stages of Boy Scouts is, Blabs?
No, I'm not a boy.
It's the Weeblow.
The what?
The Weeblow.
Well,
That's a legit stage of.
Spell
it goes
it.
like, I think it's WEBLOW. Weeblow.
What is that?
I'm not kidding. Anybody who's in the Scouts knows. Everybody in the Scouts knows for sure. It was a thing, and it sounded weird then. Sounds weird now. Sounds weird now.
Anyway.
Hey, Winterfell, thank you so much. I'm just saying that's a legit stage of progress here. Mel, you want to sing a song?
Progress.
Yeah, I want to sing a song. I got 2 songs to sing.
All right, let's start with Snapple Rai Rai's song here with the $100 Super Chat. We have Numb from Lincoln Park in your thickest German accent. Are you ready, Mel?
Okay, I'm moving the mic back.
Okay,
I've
here we
learned.
go.
All right. Und tired of being what you want me to be. Feeling und faithless, lost under und surface. Don't know what you're expecting of me. Put under the pressure of walking in your shoes. Every step that I take is another mistake to you. I've become so numb and can't feel you there. Become so tired, so much more aware.
The
Wow.
ending was pretty good. The beginning of it is like she ruined Lincoln Park for me.
That's great. No, let's go. Love that. That's great. Yeah, that's good stuff. Man.
Right. All right, I didn't get tomatoes in chat.
Nope. the brilliant stuff. Would you like
I
to
did
do?
get some tomatoes.
Oh,
Well, can't make them all happy.
oh,
You can't win them all.
that's right. Can't. Would you like to do the? Let's see. We also had from Kratos El Kratos says, Mel, could you sing Back in Black in the angry Japanese samurai accent? Would you like to do that now, or would you like to do that later?
I'll do it now.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen. Ladies and gentlemen, I give you Melonie Mac singing in black.
All
in an
right.
angry samurai accent.
Here we go. Bracky and Brack! I hit the sack! Whoa! I've been too long! I'm glad to be Brack! Yes, I got the... I don't even know this part. Brother knows what? That's me hanging about! Because I've been looking at the sky, because it's getting me high, I've been looking at the sky, because it's getting me high. Yes, I'm Bracky Brack. I'm Bracky Brack.
Dogs can hear you.
Let's go. Yeah, very nice.
I know why they were throwing the tomatoes. They wanted me to cut them up.
You're playing
I
Food
got
Ninja. That's right.
you. Yeah.
Oh, that's great stuff. Wow. Hey, and give it up for Disco Cobra with a massive $50 super chat.
Ooh.
Man, you guys have been spectacular today. Blabs, read it off.
Mhm. Disco Cobra says, so who's going to see War of the Planet of the Apes? That's this week, right? Might be wrong. I'm thinking about it. Saw Fall Guy on Monday, so not sure I want to sit through another movie. LOL.
I love the Planet of the Apes, the more recent trilogy. So I am curious about this. I know different director and all that stuff. I'll probably watch it. I don't know about opening week, but I will watch it. I did see on Twitter earlier that apparently the bad guy ape, was inspired by Elon Musk. So it's like, okay, so we're gonna like the bad guy.
That's racist. He's South African.
I know.
Oh my god. That's great. All right. Well, thank you so much, Disco Cobra. I probably will not be seeing War of the Planet of the Apes. But thank you.
That's a
very much
shame
for
that Fall Guys isn't good in his super chat though. I've heard it was funny, so I hope it is.
Oh yeah, I've seen some people liked it, but I don't know. I personally just wasn't planning on watching it. But
no, I won't see it in theaters, but like maybe
I
maybe
liked
now.
Civil War. I know I got some people that were actually even mad at me that I liked it, but I thought Civil War was good. It was like non-political. It didn't pick a side.
In it.
Yeah, I think she did good though. I enjoyed it. I thought it was cool.
I've heard mixed things about it. I heard it's like it didn't really press a whole lot. But
yeah, but I liked that. I think some people wanted it to get more political, but I am so sick and tired of everything being so political. Right out the gate, they had Texas and California allied. So it immediately was like, hey, by the way, this isn't picking one side or the other. It was like a fictional situation, and then it wasn't pitting left versus right. I thought it was good.
Nice. I think I'd like to see that one. Probably when it gets like Amazon or Netflix or whatever, I'll probably check out.
Some people might think it's boring, but I loved it. It's a very melancholy movie, so it just depends if that's kind of your thing.
Melancholy. Nice.
Melancholy.
Love it. Ian came in with 10 gifted memberships. Ooh, Ian. Thank you.
Ooh.
Sounds like Melonie's hurling into the toilet.
Hey, if you guys got gifted membership, make sure you say thanks to Ian for that incredible support, putting us at 37 today. Thank you guys very much. All right, Blabs, let's get off. Let's go and read some of these super chats and support, starting with Thomas.
Yeah, Thomas, member for 8 months, says, thanks for the gifted memberships. Y'all are doing great. Thank you, Thomas. Winterfell says, Mel is just an ordinary man. Way to go, Mel.
All right.
And Icarus says, Crag has normal men's-sized head.
Accurate.
Oh, hang on a second. Bob's the tarot tard for $2. No one eat Craig, the dungeon tard. Why are you a dungeon tard?
The dungeon tard. Here I am. It's me, the dungeon tard.
Makes sense. Andrew, Mel, are you a fan of the band Red?
Yes, I saw them in concert once. They were amazing.
Hickler Games. Craig, can we ever get It's a Gundam here?
I would love to
you
have
guys
Gundam.
should. He's funny.
Yes. So here's the problem. And I've actually spoke to Gundam multiple times about this. The show's on too early in the day. He's asleep right now. So he's a late riser, as they say. And so, I think if we can do a show in the evening, like a special edition with Gundam, that'd be great. He actually asked me to come on like one of the first episodes of his show that he started over on his channel, and it didn't work out that day. He was like, I'm live in like 20 minutes. You want to join me? I was like, oh shit. I would love to go on his show, and I would love to have Gundam on here. Papa Gundam's great.
Okay, the worthy one. I vote Blabs to react to POD music videos on locals. I'm confident she would like them.
Youth of a Nation. It's a good song.
Okay. Jag says the Diesel Punk series called Constant Pain that would have topped Kim Possible. Nickelodeon withdrew approval in the cultural whiplash after September 1st. Huh. Thank you there.
Thanks, Jag.
Jake, if the One Side Scholars membership. Thank you very much.
Let's go.
Scorkton, member for 4 months. Mark Hamill can't make people hate Star Wars because Star Wars has been dead since Disney bought them in 2012. Just remember, they splooed out $4 billion and haven't made it back, and they don't know how to. Extra Zero. I told y'all Game Pass wasn't sustainable. Extra Zero was right.
Yep.
By the way, he's watching and he knows he's going to find a bucket hat for next Friday.
Oh, cool.
Corey says, my brown ring of power clenched when you said, reach out on Twitter yesterday. I didn't care how to send a Twitter. Hopefully my attempts were successful. Yes, they were. And I have your Twitter stuff now on the spreadsheets. So we're all set.
There you go, Corey.
I am able to reach you.
Hey, Corey, thank you for man.
Ken says, just want to say how awesome it was that Blabs and Melonie didn't know what DP meant. Yes, it means Dr. Pepper. A testament to their parents and the proper ladies they raised. Yeah, I drink with my pinky up, bro.
Yeah.
The General Z. Who won the console wars? PC. Consoles.
Like that Michael Jackson showed up. That's good.
Chess Rockwell. 360 PlayStation 3 generation was the last genuinely great gaming era, in my opinion. There's still great games now, but it felt like nonstop bangers back then. Thank you very much, Chess.
Thanks, Chess.
Jean says, happy 1-year anniversary of supporting this channel. Can't believe it's been a year since I found this young man listening to Mario music. Bless y'all. Well, thank you for being here for 12 months.
Appreciate you, John.
Primark says, Blabs, if you think the Twin Tornadoes idea was stupid, I got news for you. They already did that in the original. Did they?
Oh.
Did they? I don't remember that. I saw like bits and pieces of it when I was a kid, so I never saw the whole thing. Well, then I stand corrected. I still think it's silly.
The two tornadoes come together with their powers combined.
Always two there are, no more, no less. Clemson, member for 10 months. It's chat greater than Mazza. Poor Maz. Extra Zero. If you're talking twisters, this should be Tard news. Thanks, Extra Zero. Let's see. Loves the Tard. Craig is to Lord of the Rings what Gary is to gaming. Yeah, Gary's pro gaming.
Oh, that's funny. Yep.
How dare you? How dare you insult my Lord of the Rings knowledge? I am, without a doubt, the preeminent knowledge of Lord of the Rings. Have you seen the movies in the last month? Have you?
I've seen them in the last 6 months. Does that count? I guess not. But I just want to point out that I don't remember anymore, so never mind. I totally just blanked. Anyway, Guard Bros Field Radio says, heard my name got mentioned. Figured I'd explain what I do. I'm a writer and tabletop RPG creator, ex-military, and all that junk. I narrate my books on YouTube, self-publish them. Fun stuff. Guard Bros.
Nice.
Thank you. All right,
Awesome,
I'll remember that.
Guard.
Guard Bro. Somebody write that down for me. Thank you.
Yes.
Scarton says, fan film was just restored on YouTube. Great.
Oh,
good.
so they took it down and then they restored it?
Yes, they do. As a matter of
Okay.
fact, I have it pulled up here. It has been restored, which is great. You can find it over here. It's on the Independent Online Cinema channel. 13 million views.
Oh, I remember what I was going to ask you now. Craig, what are the names of the two
Sorry.
besides Samwise and Frodo? What are
Oh,
their
yeah.
names?
Do you remember their names? The other two hobbits? The troublemakers?
Listen, don't. What things like Little or something like that, or Pickle or something?
Oh, close.
You're so dumb.
Pippin. Mary
Pickle?
Pippin. Pickle.
Pippin.
Hey, I'll take it. Acceptable.
That would be my Hobbit name. Wow.
Perry and Mippin, Pipple and Nipple.
Pipple and nipple. There you have it.
I'm glad I remember. All right, moving on before Craig turns into a tomato. Joe says, y'all got to remember Peter Jackson when he did the Hobbit trilogy. Even he admitted that he just mailed it in and it could have been better. That is also very true. Thank you very much. Nissan, The Fox and the Hound is Disney's greatest film. Oh, I cry. It has
a
almost
good
every
movie.
life lesson in one film without being a cringe sing-along. Movie went hard. It did, bro. That
Great.
breaks my heart. That one and Bambi.
Can we just get a remake of Lord of the Rings, and instead of saying their actual names, change them to Nipple and Pipple?
I love it.
Nipple and Pickle. Every time they said, "No, Nipple, come here."
Breakfast. Sigrun says you could probably trace the downfall of gaming even further back to Halo CE, because that once when video games went generally mainstream and became less a niche hobby, and when it became socially acceptable to be a gamer.
I could see that. I could absolutely see that. That's a great point, Sigrun.
Kratos, Disney just buys established IPs and makes sequels to them. There's low chances they'll gamble on anything original moving forward. Masliod. Looking forward to the 3-4 hour long New Zealand marketing movies that have a wizard mixed in there.
The new Lord of the Rings movies, yes.
Thank you. Andrew says, Norm.
Also, I heard Hitler had a small cock. By the way, John came in with the $5 direct donation. Says another Norm joke. People who compare Obama to Hitler are crazy. Hitler was a better public speaker. He convinced millions of blonde-haired, blue-eyed. He convinced millions that blonde hair and blue eyes were superior when he had brown hair. It's pretty funny. Thanks, John. Appreciate that. It's fucked up. It's fucked up. Real fucked up. All right, let's continue. I'm sorry.
Haran from Member for 1 Month says communism.
Okay.
Thank you very much. Go Kai Silver. I, for one, think Song of the South, Zippity Doo Doo Dudes will be epic. I think you mean Zippity Two Dudes. Bigger in video. Craig's Universal Islands of Adventure is 100% greater than Daily Wire.
No, we're not.
Is that Daily Wire or Disney World?
Disney World.
Usually DW is Daily Wire because just saying.
Hey, and you're correct. IOA is awesome.
Muscleon comes back in and says the lack of creativity and out of ideas, stagnation is an artificial. The powers that don't want innovation. They have pushed out all the creative people. Independent media can't show up sooner. Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Corey says, I don't know how to work this godforsaken tweet machine called X. I did DM and at you. Yes, we got it. Thank you, Corey. RL Dog says Disney won't change their philosophy as long as they have BlackRock, and the government bail them out as long as they do as they're told. Yep. Thank you very much. Spike says Disney gives $100 million a year to PPH while the main customers are children, which is why we'll never invest in a company like this. It's so stupid. Thanks, Spike. Magnum, Disney can eat my happy place. Thank you, Magnum. Matthew says, I went to Animal Kingdom once when I was in high school for a school trip. We got to go behind the scenes, and I saw an African elephant. Man, those things are massive. Yes, they are.
All right,
Matthew.
All right, Matthew.
Brian says, Sarah Bond looks like she's in a hostage video.
the Xbox CEO there, yeah, or Xbox president or whatever she is.
Tatsu gifted 5 memberships. Thank you very much. And then he sent a super sticker. So thank you.
We love that. That's awesome. Thank you.
Magnum says, hello. I was trying to tell a joke, but YouTube won't let me. I'm sorry.
You can always direct donation and go the direct donation route. There's no censorship there.
Rumble will let you tell jokes. Just saying.
And locals. Stutters. 10 Bob for slipping in the normal men meme on Normal World. Also, hello to Craig Blabs and the Melonie word lady.
Thank you. Appreciate that. Yeah, I was able to get normal men.
Normal men.
I was able to get there. Yeah.
Nissan says exponential growth is a fairy tale told to potential investors. VG are no exception. Thank you very much. Junior, Microsoft has to be the worst running game companies of all time. They're just burning money at this point. It's competition. Brian says, friendly reminder that Starfield took 8 years and 600 people to make. Still no confirmation on the final production cost.
600 people to make a video game. Does that sound like that makes sense to anybody else? 600 people? Like, what are we doing?
Wow. Angmar says, if you read in between the lines of what she said, it's very similar to what Alyssa Heinerscheid said on an interview regards to Bud Light. Thank you, Angmar. Okay. Rod says, AAA era is going down. Indie and AA games are the future. I'm waiting for Mariachi Legends and the DLC for Liza P.
Thanks,
Don't forget quadruple A games, duh. Right. Heart and Soul, member for 8 months. Iwata took a pay cut instead of layoffs when Wii U and 3DS was struggling, but MS and a lot of other companies right now are laying off workers. There's a difference, culture difference right there. Magna says, the worst community on the web is R-Coof. This subreddit has people who still worry about a 4-year-old Colt. Reddit is bad, but R-Coof is next level. Thank you very much. Alvin John, just now got here. I see the tattooed trader decide to come back home. Mean and nice all at the same time. Lady Gamerloon says gaming is an interactive hobby. People have different interests, therefore, for gaming, growth is limited due to time and having to physically engage. Thank you, Lady Gamer.
That's awesome.
Rebound says fair weather is gone. It's time to cut costs. Thank you. HP Lovecraft's cat. Conspiracy theory. The bots are being paid for by X's social media network's rival. Change my mind.
Oh, that's a possibility.
How do you say no? Where's the proof, right? How do you say yes or no?
Mm-hmm.
Aaron says, I love how the true treasure of the new Tomb Raider is friendship.
Oh, cringe. So cringe.
Is that a thing? Is that really
They
a
made
thing?
a tweet. It was like, there was a tweet with Lara Croft and Jonah, and they're so cute. And these two show us that the real adventure is about the friends you make along the way. And it's like, that is so not Tomb Raider. Lara Croft was a grave robber and did whatever she wanted. And anybody who got in her way, she took them out. It's just an insult to the fans to even make a stupid tweet like that. Don't even get me started.
All right.
Real treasure is friendship. Oh, it's fucking cringe.
It is.
Talk of the White says Xbox chief. Corporal Stooge meters over 9,000.
Yes.
Thank you very much. Sigrun came back saying, regarding video game industry layoffs, you also have to consider that hopefully the nepotism hires and activists got canned. Thank you, Sigrun. Brian says, video game production is like public education now. Tons of unnecessary administration around a core goal. And due to all the blood, the core goal is never reached. HR, CMs, DEI, etc. ruin focused dev. Very point. Very, very. Elson says, has anyone seen the Skype call between Justin and Hayden? Next level cringe.
No.
Who uses Skype?
No.
That's so 2010.
Can't even imagine that.
Josh says, comparing Joe and Palps gives Biden too much credit. True.
Thanks,
Yeah,
Joe.
he's not smart enough to be Palpatine.
Negruin says, Luke simping for Joe was physically painful to hear. Not because I'm a particularly huge fan of Mark, but because the delivery was so cringe. It was. He's no longer a great actor. Tony says, man, these libs love embarrassing themselves. They do. Kettleball, we need Mommy Melonie shirts.
Mommy Melonie.
Mommy Melonie, okay.
Don't make it weird.
Gorgo says, unpopular take. That girl is actually right. Helicopter parenting makes children mentally deranged. It's a very well-known psychological phenomenon.
I'll say this. When it comes to, I think there's a difference between showing your child support and helicopter parenting. There's a drastic difference between the two. Mm-hmm. And I don't think showing up for your kids' soccer games or plays or bringing them lunch at school is at all helicopter parenting.
Exactly.
I think that's just being a parent that's showing support for their child, and when they whether or not they think they need it. Like, she is the vast exception of this. She is somebody who has been broken to the point that she, something's been told to her over and over again where she's like, oh yeah, that does make sense. Yes, it's like, my parents love me, but it's like, go fuck right off. There's a cliff over there. Walk off.
I think parents should be encouraged to be more involved in their kids' lives, especially if they're in the public school system, which is very corrupt right now. The indoctrination is next level. Kids, they can have some amount of independence if they want to play in their room by themselves or something like that. But there's also a limit to that, because the way that society is so predatory right now and children's innocence are being taken from them, go ahead and be very involved in their lives and make sure you're paying attention to everything that they're consuming, they're looking at, and they're doing, the people they're talking to, this, that, and the other. We need more of that, because right now we have just seen the result of the opposite of that and letting these people indoctrinate their children. And now we've got made up genders and this, that, and the other.
And don't forget that there's some kid out there who has no parents and wishes somebody would be there to support them.
Yep.
And they got nothing. Aaron says, member for 7 months. I'm an Eagle Scout. What Melonie said is absolutely correct. Boys need to be around men without girls around to learn how to be men. Yeah. Jag says, the National Jamboree has had condoms and contraceptives on the general packing list since 2017. This was just a matter of time. Got my Eagle in 2016. Alrighty then. Interesting.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Curious to see how you feel about all this, man, as an Eagle Scout.
Kratos says they changed their name to Scouts BSA in 2019, which was the last straw. My sister took her 3 sons out of it. BSA won't acknowledge that reason for declining membership. No. They will die on the hill. Aiden Perez, if I was married, I'll raise our boys into men, while the wife would raise our girls into women. Mm-hmm.
Well, it takes, but there's 2 sides of that, man. And there's 2 sides of that, Aiden. Your boys would need to be taught by your wife things that make them men as well. And same thing with girls. Girls need to be taught how to be a woman primarily from their mom, but they get very important lessons from their father as well.
Yep. Patriotic Gestalt says more than 2 genders, but only 2 types of bodies in game. Yep. Mm-hmm. SF, stick to classics. I love Lucy's, Hogan's Heroes, etc. Thank you very much.
Good times.
Mercenary says, morning, Melonie. So how bad was Mark Hamill's cringe?
It was cringing.
Mercenary comes back and says, for me, Mel, I look at the current Pope and know this guy was not nice. And the more I look into his background, the worse it got from me. God will clean house.
Oh, yeah. I'm personally more on the Protestant side than Catholic. So, yeah.
Crazy T says, oh, how I love Melonie's German accent.
Thank you.
Masliod, I'm sorry, I'm illiterate. In this episode where Melonie's going to carpet draw F-bombs.
Maybe on the Rumble exclusive.
Mercenary also says, awesome, Mel, I'm autistic, as you know. What? It holds me back, but at the same time, I see things that others miss. When I point it out, people don't like it. Thank you, Mercenary.
There is a thing to be said about autistic detail. Like, you guys notice a lot of things that a lot of people overlook. You make great internet detectives, too.
It says, I'm just catching up on the show now. Just want to say I agree on bringing wildebeest back. A very underrated fat-shaming word.
Yes.
All right, hey, listen. Can we make a pact real quick today? A side scroller pact.
Oh, I have an idea. Okay, go on.
In the next day, we will all use the term wildebeest on X. And
all right,
just in some way, shape, or form, we will call somebody or use the term wildebeest on X. Just in the next 24 hours.
I'm on it.
I have an idea, Craig. We should make a wildebeest emote.
Oh, brilliant! Yes, put a wig on it. Put like a wildebeest.
A rainbow wing on a wildebeest.
A rainbow wing. I love it.
Or it's just an actual wildebeest, and whenever we see something ugly, we just spam it in the chat. Just saying.
I like the rainbow wig. I'll see if I can get AI to create
something.
Bring
back bullying. Yeah. All right. Shaky Hands Ghost says, also get Kung Fu Hot Dog on the show. All right. Thank you very much, Shaky Hands. And holy shit, Pops just gave us $100 saying, Blabs and Mel together again. Let's go, boo. Craig, sing Shania Twain, man. I feel like a woman in your best Alphabet Mafia accent. What the hell is an Alphabet Mafia? Is that like your best gay accent? I think so.
Feel like a woman.
Man, I know how to line dance to that.
We'll get to that in just a second. Pops, thank you very much. I'm sorry to do this to you.
Mercenary says, every time I hear Texans and Californians joining up, I have to imagine that the red side of California took over with the help by Texas. Please let it happen.
There we go.
Joey says, so Rumble's giving me crap with my account, but I'll leave my dark thoughts on child predators. And driving him into the wood chipper, I think that's what that is.
Oh, okay.
But let's just say it's dark. Thank you, Joey. Mercenary says, I told Razor Game Pass was bad. I hate being right. Thank you, Mercenary. Comes back and says, Guard Bros books are great. I buy them physical. Thank you very much. Bob's a tower child. EFAP calls them Scotty and Pippin. Well, that's better than Craig's nicknames. Mercenary. Disney, like other institutions, have been infuriated. Thank you, Mercenary. And then I come back and say, when is Fox News having Craig on to talk Lord of the Rings? Please look up H.P. Lovecraft's cat's name. I like pickles, violence, and tentacles. Yay. Thanks, me.
Good question.
Darth Disciple says, Hitler was the OG First Order. The TikTok video of General Hux goes hard in German.
Okay.
Oh, yeah. So General Hux, when he's screaming in episode 7 of Star Wars, he's, total Hitler vibes. Thank you, Death. Al5. The Boy Scouts used to be linked deeply to the Mormon church. They already had crazy things happening, but now that the church is out, this is the direction. Out of the frying pan, into the fire. Thank you very much. And we are caught up on the tubes.
I would like to thank ChatGPT for creating a wildebeest with a rainbow wig. Would you guys like to see the mock-up potential emote here? Thank you, ChatGPT. Here we are. Mel, you get to pick.
Oh my god.
Oh.
That's actually so cute.
I like the bottom left one.
Me too. I know
what
so
it needs though is it needs thick rimmed glasses, like the thick black glasses on.
Okay.
And put a nose ring.
All right,
that is
there
so
you go.
Cute though.
It is cute. I
like it's not. It's adorable. Like, oh my gosh.
I do like it.
Hold on, I got it. And, I'm gonna have this made right now as we're talking here. That's the beauty of it, right here.
All right.
Mercy comes in. Get out of here, Craig! Stop it! I'm not saying anything. Mercenary says infiltrate stop that. Infiltrate like the Boy Scouts. Blame autocorrect.
Oh.
Okay, that sounds better than infuriated. Thank you, Mercenary. I was able to read your super chat.
Oh, that's funny. By the way, I'm still working on this. You said dark rim glasses. Oh, here we go. Wait, this is actually pretty awesome. Wow. I'm not gonna lie. I like these considerably more. And this is the beauty. This is quite amazing, if I'm being very honest with you. Here we go. We have our next potential email. Look at these guys.
Yes!
The one on the left.
The one on the left is perfect. What did you use for these?
ChatGPT.
Okay.
Guys, these are so funny and cute.
Kind of like this.
I like that one.
Yeah,
I do
that
like
one's
that.
better.
That's very emote worthy.
It is. It's a lot easier to see.
Okay. All right.
They're all so cute though. That's hilarious.
We'll add. This will be our new emote here in the bottom. Our wildebeest emote, which will be used for
bullying.
You can use it whatever you want.
Bring back bullying. Before you sing, Craig, I do have some memes, so I'm ready if you are.
Yeah, and we have Rumble to get to as well. But fire away.
Okay, so the first one, this one is remember Zune? Microsoft hasn't changed. It's so true. You guys remember Zune? Zune was cool.
Oh, I remember Zune.
I think this is Craig's special face.
That's right.
This is Blabs with her bucket hat. And look at that. I wrote down CB instead of BC because I'm so smart. So thank you for the bucket hat. We have Melonie as Shigo, right? That's how you say it?
Yep, Shigo.
There you go.
I love it.
We also have Craig learns to read. So got that hooked on Phoenix. And then we have Depression, Disney Depression. We have, you smell good. What's your name, little lady? And it's Mark Hamill, which is absolutely terrible. Laura Croft, but it's actually, what did you say? And you're Butter Girl now.
Oh, I love it.
That's actually cool. And then we have friendship. Everybody needs friendship. And this is it right there. You're Barney. And then we're all caught up. Okay. Thank you.
By the way, I'm rocking. I don't know if you guys can hear. I'm rocking out to Shania Twain in the background.
Oh, we can hear it.
Good. All right, I'm just gonna do the chorus. Sorry, it's in my ear.
Bro, you just muted yourself.
This song was fire back in the 90s. All right, late 1990. I'm gonna try to pull this down. All right. Ladies, are you ready?
I'm ready.
Thanks to Pops for this. Man, I feel like a woman. Let's go play this low so I can get on it. Here we go. All right. Shit. This is so tough. Oh, get in the action. Feel the attraction. Color my hair, do what I dare. Whoa, I want to feel free. Yeah, I feel. Man, I feel like a woman. Was that good? Please tell me I was all right.
There's lots of tomatoes.
If you want to do alphabet accent, that's where
No.
you say something like,
That's right. That's my fault.
"It's ma'am. I feel like a woman. It's ma'am."
Okay.
You gotta be
Alphabet accent.
fake.
You
All right.
weren't angry enough.
Man, man, I feel like a man.
There we go.
Whoa. Get out of my way. I'm going to beat your ass.
Perfect. Bravo. Recovered.
I'm going to go shave my junk. Let's go. Shave my armpits.
I need HR stat.
Sorry,
oh wait,
Pop.
I am the HR.
That's right. Hey, Casey, Corey, and Aaron picked up the Blabs the karaoke bar staff T-shirts, and Aaron picked up the bucket hat. Let's go pick them up right now. Link is in the description. Aaron says, "Long live the bucket hat." And Cajun Corey says, "Even though Blabs doesn't like Dr. Pepper, I'm still going to get a shirt and support Side Scrollers." Let's go.
Yeah.
Thank you, Aaron.
I already have a head start on the wildebeest tweet.
All right. She knows
He's
where we're
probably
going.
tweeting at me.
I already tweeted the wildebeest tweet. I hit my quota.
All right, excellent. Blake came in with the 2, says, "Been enjoying the new Go Boom live show."
Thank you.
Jared says, "Mel, what do you think of Stellar Blade so far? Also, I have not seen RoboCop." Jared, you can change that. Melanie?
RoboCop's fantastic. I like Stellar Blade so far. It's fun. I really like the style and stuff, but I'm ready to get to the more open parts because I do feel like it does have a lot of things I don't like with like the paint telling you where to go, what you can climb, that sort of thing. But I haven't gotten that far into it yet. But the combat's really fun. I think I'll like it once I get to the more open parts. And I am playing the physical, turned the internet off my PS5, so the uncensored version. Yeah.
Good for you. Good for you. Jared came in and says, "This one's for all you. What's your favorite video game soundtracks?" Let's do some quick hits real fast. Favorite video game soundtrack?
Oh.
See, that's a deep question.
I mean, the classic Tomb Raider games, they're the first 3 especially, love those soundtracks. And also, if I want to talk about something newer, Fire Emblem 3 Houses, that soundtrack is phenomenal.
Okay. For me, it's go ahead, Labs.
No, I don't have like a top one, but like it would probably be like either the first Harry Potter video game, Skyrim has amazing stuff, but also like Super Mario Galaxy from the Wii.
That's a good one.
That one's beautiful. But like newer stuff, the new the 2019, whatever it was, Jedi Survivor from EA, the main theme was beautiful. So I will say that.
I have to say Devil May Cry 3 as well. Now I think about it. If I had to pick just one game soundtrack, that's my all-time fave, Devil May Cry 3.
Yeah, that's good stuff. Yeah, Labs, you nailed it. A lot of Nintendo Mario games. You guys know I'm a big Nintendo dude. Yeah, for sure. Thanks, Jared. Appreciate that. Blake came in and says, this Sunday, Alyssa might call your wife and mother with a special Mother's Day message. Oh,
that's funny.
Siver came in and says, perhaps we need to send a care package of Cheerwine, Stewart's, and other sugary drinks to Blabs to have her try. You like sugary drinks, Blabs?
No.
Jared came in and says, by the way, we're normal, innocent, good-looking men. Listen, accurate and on all ways, shapes, and forms.
We're just normal men.
What do you mean, normal men?
We're just innocent men.
Sorry.
Melonie's so confused. She's like, what is this?
Can you
normal men things?
Yeah, normal men. Yeah, I think it's all you really need to know. All right. By the way, I'm getting the wildebeest ready to go. So we can potentially be ready by the end of the show. The wildebeest emote.
Yeah.
Great. Thank you, Jared. Appreciate that. Also, over on Rumble, thank you again for your support, guys. I wish there was an easy way to compile all the. It's tough. Jared says, I've seen many of the Lord of the Rings. I've seen all the Lord of the Rings movies, but have never seen the extended cut. I'm a bit 50-50 on the new movie coming out just because I think Gollum is annoying as hell. I don't think you're wrong. I think a lot of people
I
feel
love Gollum.
Really? Okay. All right.
Yeah.
Blabs, can you read the Rumble rants real quick while I get this?
Yeah, I gotta find where you left off. Who did you leave off of?
Dude with the
Dude,
$1.
okay. All right, I gotta find. There's so many of you guys. Why is Milo writing the word fart over and over again? Holy crap. Okay, dude says, oh wait, no. How many dudes are there? All right. Dude says you read the Lion King one, right?
That's where we're at.
Okay, all right. Okay, so Dude for Dollar says, I will defend Lion King 2 and Cinderella 3. I sent you a clip from Cinderella 3 in Discord, Crag. Thank you very much, dude. Bentley Guy says, hey, Side Scrollers, late to the stream. I just want to say with Mel on today, I can see this show has been very antsy. I know she likes to use that word. I hope you all have a great weekend. Thank you, Bentley. I hope you have a great weekend, too.
What's that?
Bod says,
antsy?
What?
What is antsy? What's
toe gaff backwards.
My favorite word.
You know what? Forget you, Craig. Bod says, big gaming industry in general is so Blizzard. Don't you own a phone? Thank you very much. Saint says, limited run can suck a diglet. Thank you very much. Cliff says, remove the bloat cancer and the industry may survive. I tried saying this on YouTube, on YouLube, and it wouldn't let me. YouLube censorship is out of control. I'll watch you guys on Rumble from now on. Well, hello. Mighty Megatron says, Blabs is right. FIFA was banned in Belgium, I believe because of their predatory and gambling-like mechanics with addiction to kids. EA since lost its exclusiveness to the name FIFA. Thank you, Mighty Megatron. Cliff says, he's got 3 super chats or Rumble rants. Okay, so the first one is, it's forgotten a man established the basis for the Boy Scouts. Lord Baden-Powell and a woman, Juliet Gordon-Low, with permission and guidance from him, was inspired to create the Girl Scouts. They agreed that outdoor pioneering and learning to be leaders was necessary for the youth as they go from adolescence and into adulthood. It is a benefit for children of both genders to learn said skills, but neither gender should operate as mixed groups lest they lose focus on their goals. TLDR, the original leaders both agreed horny adolescents need to be taught separately. Thank you very much. Let's see. Hang on, I gotta scroll. Okay, Miss MRT Fortune says, sadly, they fucked up with the pedo. He will probably walk and not get in trouble. Good thing he's known now, but he will be more careful next time. Check out predator poachers who have tons of in jail. Thank you very much. Alan John says, as Nick Wakeda would say, either get the wood chipper ready or get on the wall. Do not collect 200 and pass at go. Thank you very much, Alan John. Ree24 says, Oprah once got a message years ago from an anonymous poster claiming to be from a known paedo group, and the message said, we do not forgive, we do not forget. We have over 9,000 penises. What? Scary stuff. Oh my gosh. Okay. Moving on. Hang on. Scrolling. Man, Rumble is busy today. Going. I think we're all caught up on Rumble. Okay. And now back to YouTube. Bub's a terror tab. You need a Sweeney's Bub one too, so we can vote. Oh, what, like a boobs emote? And Joey says, if you thought Sony learned from their mistakes, well, think again. I just heard that Ghost of Tsushima, I think is how you say it, will not be available on Steam for 100 countries due to it requiring to connect to PlayStation Network for Legends mode. Yes, that is correct. Thank you very much.
All right. Wow, what a day! Yeah. By the way, the Wildebeest emote has been uploaded. It just needs to be populated over on YouTube. So there's that. It'll be there. Some of you may see it sooner than later, which is good. But I'll tell you what, this felt like getting back on riding a bike, and we're very glad you joined us, Mel. It's so always fun to have you.
Thank you. This was fun.
Yes, of course it was. Let everybody know where they can find you.
All right, you guys can find me on YouTube and YouTube at Melonie Mac Go Boom, and then on Rumble at Melonie Mac. Those are like my main 2 focuses right now. Every week I have my my Go Boom live show. I almost forgot the name. Go Boom Live. So 3 episodes so far now. So went boom so hard that Twitch banned me. So well, a 2-week ban, but still, it'll be a perma ban next time.
Well, good stuff. Well, Melonie, it was great to have you back. Got a little more karaoke in today, which is good. Super fun, and always love to hear the thick German accents coming out. We didn't hear the deaf accent today, the ASL.
Not today. Next
but that's
time.
okay. Maybe next time for sure. Guys, thank you very much for tuning in. Whether you're watching over on YouTube, whether you're watching over on X, whether you're watching over on Rumble or Locals, genuinely appreciate it. Before we go, Blabs, I want to let you know, hey, check this out. Mercenary picked up both the bucket hat. He picked up 2 bucket hats, Blabs.
Yeah, thank you, Mercenary.
Right, check it out right there. Link is in the description. So I need a new hat anyways. Blame Blabs for this. Also, Mel, see you later on X. And then you followed up with I need a spare. Appreciate that. Let's go. All right, guys, have a great rest of your day. Appreciate everybody popping in. Enjoy the weekend. I'm gonna try to get an hour of gaming in over on the Side Scrollers Plays channel. If it doesn't work out, it doesn't work out. Because we got a beautiful day going on over here in North Texas, and I may want to go outside and actually touch a little bit of grass. So, but thank you guys again. Have a great rest of your day, and remember, people are gonna try to keep you down. Don't let them. You guys got a goal. Go get it. Have a great day, guys. See ya. Bye bye.
Fatality.